Our pool is a future, the final push to glory, to follow in the steps of those before me. For nation, for club, for coaches who've led, the final step on the block, Olympic dreams ahead.
Our pool is a classroom, life and death lessons, unrivaled. Floating, gliding, but in learning laughter, a touch of water, first steps to survival.
That 3 boys, aged 11, 10 and 8 have died.
Father has told Sky News of the awful moment his wife and son died in Loch Lomond on Saturday.
But what if the pool closed nearest to me? Would she be free to swim in the sea?
Would my club close to the loss of a nation?
A community broken for a whole generation.
A lifetime stolen of body and soul.
Laughter faded like a memory, an echo.
Life skills vanished, education unfinished. Our children, a statistic, our lives diminished.
Our pools are for all abilities, ages, from cradle to grave and in between stages, for the health of the nation and life skills schools. Our message is simple.
Hey, for our pools.
Good evening and welcome to Aberdeen Aquatic Centre for the Session 6 here, the Sunday finals for the Scottish National Age Group Swimming Championships. Warm welcome to everybody joining us from wherever you are situated across the UK and the world. My name is Jackie Smith and joining me this evening for commentary to lead you through the final sessions we have Gary van der Meulen, a coach at Stirling Swimming. Former swimmer yourself, you're not?
Yes, way
represented
back in the,
Canada in the Seoul Games, I believe.
That's right, yeah.
Yes, and come from you've got a family of swimmers. Your wife is a former Commonwealth swimmer, and your boys all swim and play water polo, I think, as well, do they not?
Yes,
all three
that's
of them?
right.
Yeah. So all three of them being very successful in both of those disciplines, I understand.
Yes, that's right, yeah.
So Gary was with us yesterday evening and has enjoyed it so much that he's back this evening. So looking forward to hearing his commentary on the races. We're going to start with the 200-meter breaststroke final. There will be presentations throughout the course of this evening. So basically we'll run 3 finals, present 2, and then run 2 more finals and present for 3 age groups, the older age groups. So it'll be the 11 to 13 age groups, then the 14, and then the 15, 16, and 17 and 18 age groups. Well, the number of visitors, number of guests rather, will be presenting the medals, and we'll introduce those guests as their presentation ceremony gets underway. So we had a good morning of swimming. I don't know how much of it you caught, Gary, in the afternoon.
Oh yes, I caught it all. I saw it on video.
Really, really good, and some very tight finishes there, and some upsets. Watching some of the races there, and you think, it's in the bag for him or her, and then all of a sudden somebody just pulls a little bit out in the final 50 meters, and a bit of an upset. But so setting up some exciting finals for this evening, and we'll get ourselves underway just shortly.
We've got the 200 breaststroke for girls. We got all the age groups from 12 and 13-year-olds. 14-year-olds are separate age, 15-year-olds are separate age, 16-year-olds are separate age. So all those ages got a chance to just race against other swimmers that are in the same single age category. And then the final age category is 17 and 18 together, which makes it interesting once they get older. And then they get into a senior nationals, but this is the age groups. So this is the big one for the younger swimmers.
It is, yeah. It's the pinnacle of the year, I think, isn't it? That's the one to aim for across the swimming season for our 18 and unders. So,
yeah, absolutely. This is the big one. This is the one they talk about. This is one they want to take the hoodie home, have the Snags hoodie.
Indeed.
A big queue outside the door at the first day.
There certainly was on day one, yes, as they all picked it up. So let me introduce your finalists for the female 11 to 14 200-meter breaststroke. In lane 9, representing Inverclyde, Anna Wilson. In lane 8, representing Alfred Otter, Grace Taylor. Lane 7, representing Milngavie and Bearsden, Lexi Crosby. Lane 6, representing Poole, Katie Salmond. Representing Hamilton Aquatics, and in lane 5, Berenice Cook. In lane 4, representing Guildford City, Maddie Markle. Lane 3, representing Glenrothes, Sylvie McNichol. Lane 2, representing Cumbernauld, Megan Ferris. Lane 1, representing East Lothian, Celia Blair. And representing Finns in lane 0, Lillian Blair, your 11 to 14-year-old 200-meter breaststroke finalists.
Yeah, we've got 3 12-year-old girls in this 13 and under category, well, 11 to 13 category. So those 3 girls certainly swam very, very well this morning. Those are in lane 1, which is Celia Blair from East Lothian. She's 12. Lexi Connor from Milngavie, and Grace Taylor from Alfred, all 12 years old, and the rest all 13. So good luck to all these young swimmers. It's probably their first experience at a national age group championships.
Yes, it probably will be for them, for most of them, Gary, won't it?
Yes.
And some of them come from clubs where they won't have the opportunity to swim long course very often.
That's right,
either,
yep.
Which can be challenging. So here we go. That's the yellow cap there in lane 2, I beg your pardon. Megan Ferris, Cumbernauld swimmer. So we've seen that club swimming in the purple cap earlier on, but Megan's opted to wear the yellow cap of Cumbernauld. Oh, look, watch lane 4. Maddie Markle beginning to make a move. Guildford City there.
Yeah, there's a 200-meter race, so they need to be a little bit smooth and not go too hard. Otherwise, they're not going to be able to finish the race. But that's looking very good in the inside lanes.
So it's
and
the Hamilton
Megan Ferris as well in lane 2.
Yeah,
so
Hamilton aquatic swimmer Berenice Cock leading there in that orange cap over there in lane 5.
Yeah, those 2 girls in the middle, 2 yellow lanes, they were the fastest this morning, and they're looking very, very close. They were only 2 seconds apart this morning, 2:53 and 2:55. So we'll see what they're going out. They're looking pretty fast for those kinds of splits. So
Hamilton Aquatic swimmer really motoring there, isn't she? And into the halfway mark. So 1:22.47. Maddie Markle up in second, 1:23 exactly. Really nothing to split those two girls, as Gary said. We're just about 2 seconds apart after the heats this afternoon. And now Maddie Markle, the Guildford City swimmer, making a move.
She's coming back, so Maddie's definitely got a plan of coming back fast in the second half of this race. That is often a very good way to swim this. Go smooth for the first 100 and then a little faster on the second 100. But lane 5, Barron, she's not giving her anything. So this is going to be interesting. It's going to come down to the last 50 meters. Maddie's got maybe a half stroke on her. So that's the one length to go. So they're very, very close. Third place is close in lane 3 and lane 6 and lane 2 for her to get on the podium. But then now it really looks like Maddie's really turning it on. She's definitely got one more gear left with 25 meters to go. She's looking very strong and long. So fast tempo with a long stroke. That's how to swim fast, and she's definitely got that. But third place is dead even. I think Barron has got second place wrapped up, but third place is any one of those three girls. So Megan's in 2, Sylvia in 3, and Katie in 6. That's first place. Maddie Markle winning that, 250, big improvement. And Barron Asa Kalk, 253, second place. And then third place was close. Well, less than a second between, or a little over a second. 2:59.0 and 3 minutes .0. Third and fourth place, but big improvements from the morning.
Indeed, first, second, third girls swimming with clubs out with of Scotland.
Katie and Megan and Sophia, they're all about the same times from the morning, but that was a big improvement for the winner. She dropped from 2:53 down to 2:50. That's almost down in the 2:40s, and that's the next few age groups, you won't see too many swimmers in the 2:40s.
And introducing your finalist for the 14-year-olds 200-metre breaststroke in lane 9, Isla Stewart representing Warrender Baths. East Lothians, Veronica Kariuki in lane 8. Geary's Ava Smith in lane 7. City of Glasgow's Lula Milne in lane 6. Morpeth's Abby Coventry in lane 5. Geary's Millie Searle in lane 4. Warrender Baths Maddie Hall in lane 3. Kinroth's Anna Jackson in lane 2, representing Midlothian Olivia Davis in lane 1, and in lane 0, representing Bales Hill Shark, Charlotte Shanks, your 14-year-old females 200-metre breaststroke.
Yeah, Millie Searle with the fastest time this morning, 2:45, almost 10 seconds faster than the next fastest swimmer. So I would imagine Millie is going to really take this race and give everybody a lesson on how to swim breaststroke.
Very comfortable out in front this morning as well with this, or in fact this afternoon for the 14-year-olds. Very comfortable there, so I'm sure she's got a lot more in the tank. And we'll have a look and see where that gets her.
So Millie's best time, her entry time is 2:40, and she was 2:45 this morning. And she's got 10 seconds basically on the field. So she's got a nice long stroke. She sweeps really wide, holds her speed exceptionally well. So that's a very smooth, strong way to swim breaststroke. It's doing a wave style, but still looking forwards all the time. So she's got a style of breaststroke that's sort of a flat style and a wave style. So, that's breaststroke is very unusual that way. There's really two very distinct styles of breaststroke, a more flat style and a wave style, and Millie does them both. So that's very
amazing,
good.
But it works well for her.
Oh, yes.
Look at her. So we're into the second 50, and that lead is really beginning to build for Millie.
Yep, 36 on the first 50. That would be a good split in 100 breaststroke. So that gives you an idea how fast she's going. The way she presses out her stroke after the power of her kick really holds her speed. So she kicks and then presses out and holds her speed. She's doing that exceptionally well. that's a world-class style breaststroke. She's got a great future.
Got a good future ahead of her.
So
then
118
keeps
going
that
out.
Going.
Well,
So
that's
there we go. That's we at 118.20 there, and a 122 for our second place Maddie Hall.
Well, she was out this morning in 118, so that's 36 on a 118. So she's going basically the same speed as she went this morning. So maybe she's not quite going to be down on her PB of 240, but she's certainly swimming a lot faster than her field. But second place looks like in lane 3, Warren, their swimmer, is very, very close. The lane 5. That girl in lane 5, that's Abby Coventry from Morpeth. So English swimmer in lane 5, Abby Coventry, and Madeline Hoole from Warrender in lane 3, and then as well over there in lane 6, Lula Milne, City of Glasgow swimmer, also vying for a medal. The silver and bronze are definitely up for grabs, but way out in front is Millie Searle. And what an amazing breaststroke that she's got. She's really gliding really long with her kick, holding her speed by pressing out exactly at the right time with a wonderful style.
And to that belongs to Millie Searle, gold medalist there. 241, as you say,
so
Gary.
She came back a lot faster than she came back this morning. She was out 118 the same and came back 3 seconds faster. Very good swim. And Maddie Hoole holding her lane 5 position, 251. This morning she was at 254, so 3-second drop there for the second place swimmer, Maddie Hoole. Very, very good swim. Maddie Hoole was in lane 3. Maddie Hoole lane 3, she's 254 down to a 250. And Abby Coventry, 254 this morning, coming third.
Introducing your finalists for the female 15-year-old 200-metre breaststroke. In lane 9, representing Glenrothes, Maisie Adair. In lane 8, representing University of Aberdeen Performance, Lauren Cantley. In lane 7, representing Glenrothes, Amelia Burrell. In lane 6, representing City of Glasgow, Kayla Smith. In lane 5, representing Perth City, Ella Thompson. In lane 4, representing Honor McCarty, City of Glasgow. Representing Heart of Midlothian in lane 3, Lily Mundell. University of Aberdeen's performance squad, Charlotte Higgins, goes in lane 2. Representing Step Rock, and in lane 1, Maya Stahl. And in lane 0, representing South Ayrshire, Connie Hart. Your 15-year-old 200-metre breaststroke finalists.
Well, this looks like a very close race off the heat swims. So 6 girls all in the 240s, and so a 249, a 248, a 247, a 246, another 246, and a 243. So this is going to be a very close race. Honor McCarty doing a very good swim this morning, the 243.
Yeah, certainly on paper, we'd expect Honor to be in the gold medal position, but who knows?
Oh, that's a speaker getting too close to the microphone.
Yeah, so you can see the girls have just been asked to step down until that issue is resolved.
Yeah, the swimmers have to be prepared for so unusual situations like this where they stand up, they're focused, and then they're asked to step down. That does happen, so you have to be able to refocus.
50-metre breaststroke, 50 metres, one of them, we had it 3 times this morning, I think the guys had to do that.
Yeah, it can be very off-putting, but
as you said, you need to practice it and you need to be prepared for it, don't you? So this is the 15-year-old 200-metre breaststroke, and
right
it's
away,
going to
Lily
be very
Mundell,
tight.
Heart of Midlothian, she's looking very good. I think that she was the 100 breaststroke winner, wasn't she?
She was indeed, yes. Walked away with a gold medal yesterday evening.
Yeah, so the sprinter is kind of taking it out, but it looks like it's evening up a little bit coming to the first 50. It's very close. First,
City of
second, third,
Glasgow's
fourth.
Honor McCarty, Charlotte Higgins, Ella Thompson, Lily Mundell sitting there in 4th place, as Gary says. She took a gold medal at home. last
splitting
night.
36. Yeah. Gold medalist. Well, maybe somebody else wants a gold medal. We'll see.
I'm sure they do. I'm sure they want to take that. Everybody wants to take the gold medal home, but it's Honor McCarty, the City of Glasgow swimmer, leading.
Yeah, she's definitely taken a step forwards in her tempo off the first 50. The other 4 girls are all holding their cards close to their chest, I think. But Honor has gone for it. So 116 for Honor, 118, 118, 118, 118 for the next 4 swimmers, all very close together. So we'll see what the strategy is for this, for second and third place. As somebody's going to come fourth and somebody's going to come fifth. But it's looking pretty much Honor is really going for it. 116 going out. We'll see what she is at the 150 with 50 meters to go. So under 2 minutes. So that's a very good split. That could be under 240 with that sort of time. So she's really going for it.
She is looking very comfortable out there in front as well. Coming through lane 6 now. Kayla Smith, the also City of Glasgow. Maybe just has the advantage for second place, I think, Gary, there.
Yeah, Lily Mundell is coming on strong as well. She's holding on.
Not sure Lily's going to get up. She's certainly not going to challenge Honor, but she could be in for a silver medal here. She just needs to keep that going. Kayla Smith will be doing everything she can to respond, but I don't think she's going to be able to do that as Honor McCarty finishes there in a 2:38.90 ahead of the Heart of Midlothian swimmer Lily Mundell, and Kayla Smith finishes in third.
Yeah, that's almost 5 seconds faster than this morning. So, you know, the swimmers in the middle of the pool have got a bit of an advantage because they can kind of swim smooth through the heats and then really go for it at night, whereas the swimmers in the outside lanes, you know, they probably had to be a PB or right around their PB to make the final. So now I think we're going to go to a medal ceremony.
We are indeed moving on to our first medal ceremony of the evening. We'll be presenting medals to our medal winners for the 11 to 13 age group and 14. Medals this evening will be awarded. Sorry, beg your pardon, start that again. Medals this evening will be presented by Lynn Alderton, your North District Secretary. So, bronze medalist in the 11 to 13, Katie Salmond, representing Poole. In the 14-year-old age groups, representing Morpeth, Abby Coventry. Silver medalist representing Hamilton Aquatics in the 11 to 13 age group is Berin Asaya-Koch. And in the 14-year-old age group, representing Warrender Baths, Maddie Hall. And your gold medal and silver, so start that again, gold medal and Scottish National Age Group champion in the 11 to 13 year age group is representing Guildford City is Maddie Markle, and the 14-year-old gold medalist and Scottish National Age Group champion representing Geary, Millie Searle.
Our next race is looking very interesting. The fastest from the heats was Lexi Lamont, went 2:48. Second out the heats was Ava Ross, City of Glasgow, 2:49. And third place, 2:50, Leonie Bedborough from Heart of Midlothian. And then 1 second after that, Cara White.
So introducing your finalists for the 16-year-old females 200-meter breaststroke. In lane 9, representing Dumfries, Molly Irvin-Watson. In the Clydes, Emma Binney goes in lane 8. Warren DeBath, Josie Grimes in lane 7. Ren 96's Cara White in lane 6. City of Glasgow, Ava Ross swims in lane 5. In lane 4, representing Aberdeen, Lexi Lamont. In lane 3, representing Heart of Midlothian, Leona Bedborough. In lane 2, representing Highland, Eva Robertson. In lane 1, representing Elgin, Abby Mitchell. And representing Perth City, in lane 0, Natalie McGregor. Our 16-year-old females 200-metre breast finalists. As Gary says, this promises to be another good race here.
Yes, very close. 1
very
second
close.
separating the fastest seed. 1 second to the second, to the third, to the fourth, to the fifth. So that's pretty close. 1 second separating the middle 4 lanes. So we'll see if somebody out of those 4 was just going smooth this morning, or if we're going to have a real battle here.
So as Gary said, Lexi Lamont posted the fastest time. There really isn't much between the top 4. So we'll just watch the centre of the pool here, but really starting out fast there in lane 3. Leonie Bedborough, the Heart of Midlothian swimmer.
Yeah, Leonie looks like she's taking it out. She's going for it. Leonie was third up to the heats, so with a 250. That's a good swim for Leonie. So hopefully into the 40s. So a 240 split. Like if you went 240, that's 40 seconds per 50. So, you know, these girls are under 40 seconds, 3 seconds under 40 seconds for the first 50. So they're going to be right down on, much faster times than they went this morning. So we'll see who can hold that pace.
At the moment, it looks like Lexi Lamont, the Aberdeen swimmer there in the centre of the pool, lane 4. Got a right on her shoulder. We've got Ava Ross, the City of Glasgow swimmers. They're in lane 5. Closest to us, I think, is possibly the Highland swimmer, Eva Robertson in 3rd.
Yeah, Eva Robertson really took it out fast there in lane 2. Eva's from
Leonie
Highland
Bedborough, look there, Gary. Leonie took the 3rd place there. She'd moved herself through the field in that last 50 metres.
Okay. Well, here comes the second half of this race. Second half of 200 breaststroke. This is a tough race. You really have to have paced yourself well. But lane 4, she's Lexi Lamont. She looks like that she's paced it and is now pushing the tempo. She's picking it up, keeping her stroke long. Very nice stroke. And all these breaststrokers, these 16-year-old girls, have all got amazing talent in breaststroke. So 2 minutes.
Well for the
2 minutes.
future of breaststroke for the females in Scotland here. Sorry, Gary.
Yeah, well, if they're at 2 minutes, they're at 150. So the 202 is a little bit over 240 pace. So I think any one of these girls could win this, but Ava Ross is definitely coming back. Ava Ross is starting to challenge Lexi Lamont. So City of Glasgow swimmer Ava Ross. It looks like
she's really,
it's going to be close. It's going to come down to the touch again. It's one of these really close finishes. We had a few of these yesterday.
Oh, I think Lexi's going to do this, though. She's just got that head and shoulders
it's going to come down
above Ava, but it's all a touch. It
very
goes
good
to
touch.
Lexi.
And lane 3, Leonie Bedborough under 250, so 4-second improvement for Leonie. Ava this morning was a 249, so she's 4 seconds faster. And Lexi Lamont with a really big drop, 248 to a 239, almost 10 seconds faster. That was a very good swim.
Well, she certainly came under pressure there, didn't she, from City of Glasgow's Ava
seem
Ross?
Right.
But
that was a lot closer than that. I don't know what
I thought it was a lot
there.
closer than that, yes.
Something happened to the touch there. That happened yesterday too.
Yeah.
The touch pads.
Possibly we're
somebody
looking
stood
at
on it or something, because they basically were just a couple tenths of a second apart, and that's showing that they were 6 seconds apart.
6 seconds. That's
not
not
right.
correct. So they're just going to they're looking at updated times. I think just shortly.
Sometimes what happens is the timer might step on the touchpad as they go to lean over to look at the swimmer coming in, but it could be anything. Sometimes the touchpad can get triggered, even if there's sort of big waves coming in. But That's more.
There we
that's
go.
more like it.
They've updated. Yeah, that's
so
right.
0.4 of a second. Those two girls. Still a wonderful swim.
That represents what we saw.
At 2:39, I was like, how did she do that in the last 50? She came back in the 33. No, but that was still an awesome swim. Well done, Lexi.
So introducing your finalists for the 17 and 18 females 200 meter breaststroke in lane 9, representing Carnegie, Iona Kasapidis. In lane 8, representing Aberdeen, Beth Craik. In lane 7, representing Stirling Swimming, Perry Scobie. Lane 6, representing Morpeth, Katie Coventry. Lane 5, representing Morpeth, Isabel Munnock. Representing Warrender Baths in lane 4, Mia Rogers. Representing Warrender Baths in lane 3, Zara Wilt-Smith. And lane 2, Midlothians, Charlotte Thompson. In lane 1, representing City of Glasgow, Ellie Louise Kennedy. And in lane 0, representing South Lanarkshire, Katie Towers.
Well, this senior girl, 17, 18-year-old girls, it's not senior. Senior is all ages. But 17 and 18-year-olds is a good mix of 17 and 18-year-olds. But the middle of the pool is all 18-year-olds. And it's quite an interesting race. Lane 2, lane 3, lane 5, lane 6, all within a second. So, but Mia Rogers, she's got a good 2 seconds on the field. But Charlotte Thompson of Midlothian, she came with a 2:45. Zara Smith, Warrender, 2:45. Katie Coventry, 2:44. Katie Coventry, Isabel Munnock from Morpeth, and her teammate Katie Coventry, Morpeth, both 2:45, 2:44, 2:45. So this should be good. Got some teammates represented here. 2 from Warrender, 2 from Morpeth. Well, she was pretty quick off the start. I hope that didn't. Oh, that was fine. A good start in
lane 4, coming through now, the Warrender Bath swimmer, Maya Rogers.
Yeah, she was
Posted
definitely
the fastest time
faster
this morning, didn't she? Yeah.
And then all around, both in, outside of, on her right, those two swimmers, and on her left, those two swimmers, all this morning were within a second of each other.
Yes.
So this should be interesting.
Warrender Bath leading ahead of
lane 2, that's Charlotte Thompson,
Midlothian.
She's making a statement, taking it out pretty fast with 35.9. That's quite fast split, and she's continuing her distance per stroke with a really long tempo, long stroke, long tempo. That's the way to swim 200 breaststroke. So that's those girls out front. They look very, very good. It looks easy to do a long stroke, but it's actually it takes a lot of power, and power is the trick in swimming.
That's the Morpeth swimmer, Isabel Munnock, I think, in 3rd place. She is Izzy Munnock, as she prefers to be known. Mia Rogers, Charlotte Thompson, Izzy Munnock.
Mia Rogers out 1:15. That's a very good split. If she went 1:15, that would take her into the 2:30s. So I'm sure she'd be interested in doing that. Her heat swim is 2:42, so it's quite possible that has the capacity to go into the 30s. But that's challenging. Out of those 4 girls that were all entered with almost the same time after heats, the girl in lane 2 is Charlotte Thompson. She's really challenging. This could be interesting. She was faster 41.3 on that 50, and Izzy Munnock was 41.2. So they're actually swimming faster than the girl out in the lead on that 50. So we'll see if she was starting to fade or whether it's going to be close. She's getting hunted. This is not a nice feeling when you're out front and you can tell people are catching you. We're just going to come down to the finish here, but I think she found a second wind.
Yeah,
Mia Rogers had a second wind. She's under the flags. Looks like she's got this. She's only a stroke ahead though. Yeah, that was a very good swim, under 2:40. That's nice. It's always nice to see a faster swim, but it's under. If she went 40.00, It would give her a different feeling than seeing a 39 something. But great swim. She really went for it on the third 50. And Ellie Kennedy, the girl in lane 2 was really challenging there. Charlotte Thompson. And Isabel Munnick from Morpeth was really coming back at her too. So those second and third that's only 6/100ths of a second apart. So they basically touched the wall at the same time, but just one was a little bit touched harder.
So moving on to our second medal presentation ceremony of the evening. Again, the medals will be presented by Lynn Alderton, the North District Secretary. Lynn was on the microphone sitting beside me earlier this afternoon. So our 15-year-olds. 15-year-old bronze medal goes to Kayla Smith, City of Glasgow. 16-year-olds, Heart of Midlothians, Leonie Bedborough takes the bronze. We'll come to the 17-18 in just a wee moment. In the 15-year-olds, the silver medal goes to Heart of Midlothians, Lily Mundell. And the 16-year-olds goes to City of Glasgow's Ava Ross.
Well, it's really interesting to see swimmers from the same team, sort of winning medals in the same event. What happens is these girls end up training with each other and against each other all the time. They make each other fast, so that if a coach really sees that that challenge every single day.
So the gold medalist for our 15-year-olds and Scottish National Age Group champion Honor McCarty, City of Glasgow, and the 16-year-olds gold medalist is Aberdeen's Lex Lemont, Scottish National Age Group champion. So we'll just get the 15, 17 and 18-year-old girls up onto the podium, just getting themselves organised for their presentation.
Yeah, that was a great race for the 17-year, 18-year-old girls. Mia Rogers going under 240. It's a very solid swim.
And the bronze medal in the 17 to 18-year-old age groups go to Morpeth's Izzy Munnick.
Only a 6/100ths of a second behind this young lady.
And silver medal goes to Midlothians Charlotte Thompson.
That's
and the gold medal.
Check the fingernails. 6/100ths of a second is almost nothing.
And the gold medal and Scottish National Age Group champion Warren de Baths and Maya Rogers. Thank you to Lynn Alderton for presentations there. And we're going to move on to the 11 to 14 200-meter butterfly final.
Yeah, we're moving on to butterfly now. So the 200 fly for young men. I don't know if we can call them boys. Not quite men. But the 12 and 13-year-olds, we have a couple 12-year-olds in these 200 fly for 11 to 13. So that's very good. Nikki Kalamakis from City of Glasgow and Milo Hampton-Turner for Warrender.
So we're introducing your finalists in the 11 to 13 200-meter butterfly. In lane 9, representing University of Aberdeen Performance, Mikolai Kalina. Lane 8, University of Aberdeen Performances, Aidan Downey. Lane 7, Warren de Bath, Milo Hampton-Turner. Lane 6, University of Aberdeen Performance, Glenn Geddes. Derwent and Gateshead's Aidan Robson Burrow goes in lane 5. Ren 96 goes representing Ren 96, and in lane 4, Reese Ferguson. In lane 3, representing Inverclyde, Alex Jacovides. City of Glasgow, Nikki Kalamakis goes in lane 2. Lane 1, University of Aberdeen's Finn Carter. And in lane 0, City of Glasgow's Kyle Martin.
Well, it looks like we've got a few jokesters in this 12, 13-year-old age group, which doesn't surprise me at all. 12, 13-year-olds are amazing young men on their way up, quite cocky, quite excited about swimming, and they love to show off. You can see them showing their six-pack there.
You can indeed.
These are confident young men. It's great to see. I'm looking forward to this. The lane 4, Reese Ferguson from Ren 96. He's got 5 seconds on the field, so he's kind of the
man to watch.
The man to watch. And again, the 12, 13-year-old boys, there's some that will be quite big for your age, and some will be not so big for their age. And so that chronological age versus biological age, that really shows up in this age group. So if you're 12 years old and you can swim against 13-year-olds, that's something else.
It is indeed, and look at that start over there in lane 8. Aidan Downey, the University of Aberdeen performance swimmer.
Aidan Downey's looking good. Aberdeen performance, I said it yesterday, they got some very good underwater dolphin kicking training going on, because there seems to be quite a few of them popping up way ahead, and there's nothing better than starting a race a whole body length ahead.
Absolutely not. We've got 3 University of Aberdeen performance swimmers in this final. In fact, 4, I beg your pardon, can't count.
Oh yeah, there we go,
yeah,
4 of them. So there's some good butterfly swimming and teaching and coaching going on in Aberdeen. Well done, coaches. But now here we come. That's still, Reese Ferguson hasn't showed his colors yet, but Aidan Robson-Burrell from Derwent and Gate. It's probably down in England somewhere. He's come to swim.
Yeah, Derwent side and Gateshead. I think it's the kind of northeast of England.
I butchered it, didn't I?
Gary. Takes a bit of thinking about, I have to say. It's a bit of a mouthful, but that's where Aidan's from. But there we go. Ren 96 is Reese Ferguson into the second half, beginning to show his colours.
Yep, it's 40. They both split about the same, so they're going about the same pace right now. And the butterfly stroke, you really have to make that wave. You have to get your shoulders down and your hips up to be making that butterfly wave. And that's kind of the trick. And you look at these swimmers and you see their hips coming up and their feet coming up. And then you know that they've got a good balance and making that wave, that snaky motion. A famous coach called Doc Councilman, he called that making the fishtail motion. Well, Reese is 41, and Aidan, they did a 41 as well, so they're about the same pace. But Reese has definitely got the lead, and here comes to see his tempo. He does quite a wide stroke, keeps his head up quite high, but he still makes a wave with his spine and his hips, so you can get away with that and still swim very fast. Doing head up fly is exceptionally hard drill to do. I call it granny fly, and any head up drill is, I call it granny fly, and it's very hard. So respect to grannies out there. And here we go, a touch, and Reese winning with 2:36. That's 2 seconds on his morning swim. He's quite happy about that. Second place was Aidan Robson-Burrell, 2:39, so he got under 2:40. That's nice to see. He'll be quite happy about that. And then third place, Glenn Geddes. He's split 38.4 on his last 50, so he outsplit even the fastest swimmer there. So Glenn was actually the gold medalist for the last leg. But unfortunately, it doesn't count for the medal.
No.
But still, Glenn has probably got a lot of potential there that he hasn't quite figured out his best strategy yet. Because if he's coming home 38, and he's got a lot of potential. So that's exciting for that age group.
Introducing your finalists for the 14-year-olds. Male 200-meter butterfly in lane 9, Fraser Oliver representing Carnegie. Representing City of Glasgow in lane 8, Jensen Basketer. Representing Heart of Midlothian in lane 7, Lucas Sorrells. Representing Cumbernauld in lane 6, Oliver McElraith. In lane 5, representing Step Rock, Andrew Liu. Representing N96, Charlie Braid goes in lane 4. City of Glasgow, Samuel Roth in lane 3. Dumfries's Yasin Hattab in lane 2. Representing Aberdeen Dolphins, Emilian Guises in lane 1. And Ren 96's Nate Uppington goes in lane 0. Your 14-year-old male 200-meter butterfly finalists.
Well, this is looking like another very comical set of swimmers. Some boys acting kind of silly, but they're going to have to get serious here. They got a 200 fly to do. So 200 fly is a tough race. So 200 fly in a lot of swimmers' minds is the hardest of the form strokes. But everybody's got 400 IM is a tough race. 1500 is a tough race. Lane 0 is forgotten his swimsuit or something. Nate Uppington.
Oh, here he comes. There's
there he
Nate
is.
there.
No, he's here.
Yes,
No, he's here. And sometimes, you know, if you forget kind of what's happening and then you're late for your race, you could maybe not get allowed to swim, but he's okay. Let's see.
He is indeed, yes, So the boys just making sure those dive blocks are as secure as they can be.
It's going to all come down to who does it last. Somebody's got to do it one more time. Come on. Yeah, that's a bit of peacocking going on there. That's what everybody's trying to get everybody else to think about them instead of think about themselves. But this is looking like a good race. Lane 1 has had a really good start. Who's that? That's Finley Duffin.
Million Geezes, the Aberdeen Dolphin swimmer. Good start there, but they are all coming back into a line now.
Yeah, here we go. First 50.
So into the first 50.
Charlie Braid in lane 4. He was fastest seed. So
he had some 4 seconds on the rest of the field.
But he's taking it out smooth. He's third at the 50. So he's kind of just swimming smoothly. 200 fly. You really have to swim smooth for the whole race. You can swim fly hard and you can swim fly smooth. These guys all look nice and smooth. You see them reaching forwards. You see the shoulders flexibility. You have to let your shoulders bend backwards to get the front end of your stroke to curve down, and that sets up your whole wave. So these guys have learned how to do that, and they've got a really nice wave to their body, and that creates a butterfly stroke. But here comes Charlie Braid. He's gonna go for it on the second half of this 200 fly. He's coming strong, but that in lane 5, that's Andrew Liu, and he from Step Rock, and in St. Andrews, and he's not gonna give it up easy. So we're coming down to the last 50. These two boys are almost head to head. We'll see how they go on the last turn. About a half a stroke behind Mr. Braid, and Andrew Liu is looking good. He had a really good turn, and he's turned up his tempo now. So Andrew is really pushing hard. That's good strategy to save it for the last 50, and but he's starting to slow down a little bit. We'll see if he can hold on. Here comes Charlie Braid from Ren 96. Charlie Braid is coming back on Andrew Liu, but Andrew's still holding on. It's going to come to the touch. Oh, Andrew's definitely got this. Reach for the wall.
Indeed, yes.
I thought he was going to take an extra stroke, but that was a good. They both split basically the same, 35.9, 35.79. That's a very good last 50. 221, 222. Very good swims for 14 years old. If you dip under 220, at 14, that's pretty unusual. So they're right there at the top end of their age. They would be able to compete.
Bronze medal there went to the Dumfries swimmer Yasin Hattab.
Yasin, well done.
In a 226 there.
226, that's 6 seconds faster than this morning. So that's a huge drop.
That is indeed. We're well pleased with that. And he'll go home with a medal around his neck.
He will.
So the 15-year-olds finalists. Introducing them in lane 9, University of Aberdeen performance is Ethan Clark. Representing Warren de Bath. In lane 8, Richie Saunders. Representing University of Aberdeen performance in lane 7, Oliver Hodzik. Lane 6, representing Bathgate, Luke Thompson. Lane 5, representing University of Aberdeen performance, Aidan Anderson. In lane 4, representing City of Glasgow, Nikolai Cisnet. In lane 3, representing Aberdeen Dolphins, Harry Cook. In lane 2, representing Mount Kelly, Billy Trapp. In lane 1, representing Warren de Bath, Finley Duffin. And in lane 0, representing South Ayrshire, Jasper Broom. Your 15-year-old male 200-metre butterfly finalists.
Well, this is a very interesting race because the lane 4 swimmer, Nikolai Cisnet, his heats time, 2:10, was faster than the 16-year-old age group, faster than the 17 and 18-year-old age group. So out of all the age groups, this young man, 15-year-old Nikolai, 2:10 this morning, was the fastest 200 fly swimmer in Scotland. So he's faster than the 16-year-olds, faster than 17-year-olds, and faster than the 18-year-olds after heats. Now that might change, but he's going to be quite a bit ahead of the rest of this field unless they, use his speed and go with him. But that'll be a very big ask.
Yeah, so the strength of what we've seen Nikolai do in the pool, as you say, huge ask, and already that power Nikolai displays. Well, he's out in the lead, but trying to go along with him. Lane 3 there.
Yep, Edwin, I know that. So
Harry Cook, the Aberdeen Dolphins.
From Aberdeen, he's giving it a go.
He is, but Nikolai's beginning to move forward now. Half a body length, I think, to Nikolai against on Harry Cook.
Yeah, 28.3 going out. That's very good. He's got a second already on the rest of the field. Harry Cook, 29.3. Hayden Anderson, 29.8. Are also looking good, but very close for fourth place. We've got 5 swimmers all pretty much in a line for fourth place. First, second, third, sort of already kind of determined, but Nikolai swimming through the sunshine there, looking very good. I wonder if he's going to be the fastest 200 flyer tonight out of all the age groups. He's very smooth. He's got very good flexibility. You watch the way when he reaches forwards with his arms, you see his shoulders really bend backwards, and that sort of flexibility has to be worked on. And all the greatest 200 fly swimmers in the world do that. The most flexible girls and flexible men have that kind of shoulder flexibility in fly. It sets up the wave. When the shoulders go down, the hips go up, and then when the hips go down, the feet go down, and that's the power. Right, Nikolai's 134, so that's not far off of somewhere under 210. If he goes faster than 36 on his last 50, he's going to be under 210. I wonder what the Scottish age group record is for this. I don't have that stat with me, but he's looking very smooth. He's just
keeping there into the sunshine.
Keeping his head in his own lane, keeping his tempo. He's swimming on his own. He's tiring a little bit. He's got to reach for the wall. He's got another extra stroke. I think I saw him do that yesterday. But when you're miles ahead, it doesn't really matter that much. But that's something he needs to fix. But 2:08.8, very good swim. I wonder if the 16-year-olds, 17-year-olds, and 18-year-olds go faster than him. That's a fantastic swim. Nikolai Sisnet from Glasgow, dominating the 15-year-old age group. Second place was Aiden at 2:13. This morning was a 2:17, so he from Aberdeen Performance. And third place was Luke Thompson. Luke Thompson was in lane 6, so Luke was fourth after the heats, but now popped onto the podium. Well done, Luke Thompson from Bathgate. Excellent swim.
So
nice
moving on to our third medal presentation for this evening. Medal presentation ceremonies for our 11 to 13-year-old 200-meter butterfly and our 14-year-olds. So we'll welcome the medalists onto the podiums. To present the medals, we have life member and ex-president Wyn Hayes. So bronze medal in the 11 to 13 age group representing University of Aberdeen Performance, Glenn Geddes. In a 14-year-old age group representing Dumfries, Yasin Hattab.
Yasin looking very cool in his sunglasses. Good to see.
The silver medalist in the 11 to 13-year-old age group representing Derwentside and Gateshead, Hayden Robson Burrell.
There we go. Came up from England and get a medal. That's fantastic.
And representing Ren 96, this 14-year-old Charlie Braid takes the silver medal.
Charlie Braid from Ren 96. There's a couple Ren swimmers on the podium.
And the 13-year-old gold medalist and Scottish national age group champion, Reese Ferguson, representing Ren 96. And the 14-year-old representing Step Rock, Andrew Liu, gold medalist and Scottish national age group champion. That concludes the medals, and we'll move on to our 16-year-olds. Just getting the photographs taken there.
That's a nice crop of 200 fly swimmers. A lot of young kids are scared for 200 fly. But 200 fly is no different than any other event. The problem with butterfly that I found is that butterfly generally isn't part of the Learn to Swim program, and that definitely needs to change if we're going to have butterfly swimmers.
I've heard that, yes, and I've heard that argument as well, that does need to change. So we'll keep an eye on that. But yeah, coming out of the Learn to Swim with a little bit of an issue about whether or not they should be doing butterfly, aren't they?
Well,
so
in the lesson program that I have, we do dolphin kicking right from the beginning.
Right.
So
okay.
just dolphin kicking is good enough. That's very natural movement.
Introducing your finalists for the 16-year-olds in lane 9, representing University Aberdeen Performance, Mateusz Piatek. Lane 8, representing Aberdeen Dolphins, Anatoly Kwizy. In lane 7, representing Perth City, Callum McKenzie. Lane 6, representing Foldhouse, Lucas Innes. Lane 5, representing Stirling Swimming, Ethan Collins. Lane 4, representing Highland, Edward Mills. Lane 3, representing Warren de Bath, Lewis Maxwell Pauls. In lane 2, representing Derwentside and Gateshead, Conan Swinney. In lane 1, representing Carnegie, James Kilpatrick. And in lane 0, representing South Lanarkshire, Finlay Bennett, your 16-year-old male 200-metre butterfly final.
Here we go. That's the fastest swimmer, Edward Mills from Highland Swimming, 2:15 this morning. So that's a solid swim. And Ethan Collins from Stirling. Ethan was a 2:16, so they're only 1 second apart of the first middle 2 lanes. So it probably will be a battle between those 2 boys. But Lewis Maxwell Powell's Warrender, lane 3, 2:18, and Lucas Innes from Faldhouse in lane 6, 2:19. So middle of the pools, all under 2:20. So the underwater on these guys looks like Ethan Collins from Stirling, a fantastic underwater, being a little bit more aggressive on the first 50. But away out here, I didn't even see that. Lane 1, who's that? James Kilpatrick from Carnegie is taking it out. He's being aggressive on a 200 fly. That's a tough thing to do. We'll see if he can hold on. 28.8 going out. Edward Milnes, not actually a lot farther behind him, 28.9. They're just the 2 ends of the pool. But Edward looks like he's a little bit farther out than that. James Kilpatrick, I should say, looks like he was a little further than a 1/10 of a second ahead. But James is definitely holding on. Maybe a morning swim of 2:22 was a bit of a float, or my coach used to say a bath. No, the middle lanes are definitely taking over.
Now they have, haven't you? Edward Mills, Ethan Collins there.
James Kirkpatrick was just wanting the 50-meter prize. First to the 50.
Yeah, first to the 50. He got that, didn't he?
That's not often a very good strategy in 200 fly. I wouldn't be surprised if he finishes the race at the bottom of the pile. But it looks like Ethan Collins and Edward Milnes are having a really tight battle here for the winner of the 16-year-old boys 200 fly, coming into the 150 turn. So now we got 1 length to go. We'll see which one of these boys wants it the most. Ethan Collins in the far lane there with the white cap from Stirling. And Edward Milnes, the dark blue cap from Highland. That's up in Inverness, the Highland Swim Club. So Ethan Collins and Highland swimmer battling it out. 25 meters to go. Looks like the Highland swimmer, Edward Milnes, is starting to come back a little bit on Ethan. We'll see who can hold on. 25 meters to go.
Looks like it is the Highland swimmer now that's gained the advantage there, and he's moving away from Ethan Collins.
Ethan's paying the price there. Maybe he went out a little bit too fast. 2:12. That's a big drop. That's 4 seconds faster. 2:15. Oh, Ethan Collins actually got beat from second place to third place. Ethan really got tightened up there. That's a little bit of lactic acid. Really, 200 fly can be like that. And then the 50-meter prize winner,
nice
James Kirkpatrick, out 28, 2:36. That's definitely he's gonna pay for that. That's gonna hurt.
And I think he did, as we can see from the results there. But he'll be pleased that this first 50 went really well for him.
Absolutely, good first 50.
First 50.
And that, 200 fly is like that. Ethan Collins in that race really, tightened up, and so you have to be smooth in 200 fly.
Introducing our 7 to 18-year-old finalists in lane 9, representing Warren de Bath, Mano Drysdale. In lane 8, representing Carnegie, Calder Murphy. In lane 7, representing Geary, Oscar Churnside. Also representing Geary and going in lane 6, James Boddy. University of Aberdeen Performance, Cameron Hastings swims in lane 5. Representing Warren de Bath in lane 4, Callum Sinclair. Lane 3, representing East Lothian, Ross Anderton. Lane 2, representing Geary, Innes Gow. Lane 1, representing Tiverton, Lewis Gow. And in lane 0, representing University of Aberdeen Performance, Logan Jackson. Your 17, 18-year-old men 200-meter butterfly final.
So this 17-18 category, we've got an even mix between 17-year-olds and 18-year-olds. And in the middle of the pool, in lane 4, Callum Sinclair, 18 from Warrender. That's an Edinburgh team. And then Cameron Hastings, University of Aberdeen Performance. That's up here in Aberdeen. Those are the 2 fastest swimmers going into this final. The swims they did this morning, 2:11 and 2:12. So if we think back all the way to the 15-year-old category, Nikolai Cisnet was 2:08. So let's see if these boys can swim faster than 2:08. Otherwise, Nikolai should be the Scottish champion. I don't know if that is a rule that will happen, but we'll see. I don't know if a 15-year-old can be the overall champion.
I don't know the answer to that. We will find out, Gary.
We're going to have to dust off the rule book. A little bit left behind there on the box in lane 5 was Cameron Hastings of University of Aberdeen Performance, but it didn't really cost them too much. The Warrender swimmer, Callum Sinclair, looking nice and smooth and powerful. And that looks like a Ross Anderton from East Lothian is looking very good too. We'll see who's got the 50-meter award in this 200 fly. Callum Sinclair, lane 4, he's first out, the 29.0. And everybody all the way to 6th, so 4, 5, 6, 6th place all out in 29. And Ross Anderton in lane 3, challenging for the lead. All these swimmers looking nice and smooth and relaxed. You can see their shoulders really sort of bending backwards as they reach up to get that wave style in butterfly. Halfway mark, that's Callum Sinclair looking very strong, taking it out 2:01. Not far behind, Ross Anderton, 2:01 as well. And James Boddy, 2:02 in lane 6. And not far behind, lane 5, Cameron Hastings. So it's pretty tight, but it looks like Warren de Bath swimmer Callum Sinclair is taking control. Ross Anderton is about at his knees, so he hasn't quite got his hip. But we'll see. The last 50 at 200 fly, it can be a tough event. Oh, Callum Sinclair looking strong. Callum 2:35. If he's going to get down to 2:08, he's going to have to really push it. But Ross Anderton from lane 3 is looking solid second place. Lane 5 and 6, they're very close. It's going to be tight for the bronze. But it looks like Callum Sinclair's got the gold medal wrapped up, coming in underneath the flags. He's definitely got this.
James
It's going to be close. Oh no, Ross Anderton is starting to fade a little bit. And lane 6.
There. James Bodie got second place there.
James Bodie finished that race like a champion from Geary. Very good swim, 2:11. And then Ross Anderton also on 2:11. Kind of paid the price there of going with Callum Sinclair. But Ross, you got to go for it. And that's a good swim. Sometimes you got to take that kind of risk. But you still got a podium finish. So, you started in 3rd and you came 3rd. That's not a bad thing. James Boddy, very good swim, 2:11. And now
moving on to presentations for the 15-year-old 200-meter butterfly, 16 and 17 to 18. So we'll invite the medalists for the 15 and 16 up onto the podium. And then just give our 17 to 18-year-olds just a chance to get themselves out of the pool. And presenting the medals, as previously in this butterfly, Wyn Hayes, life member and ex-president of SASA. So in bronze medal goes to the 15-year-old goes to Luke Thompson from Bathgate. 16-year-old goes to Ethan Collins from Stirling Swimming. So the 15-year-old age group silver medalist, University of Aberdeen performances, Aidan Anderson. And our 16-year-olds from Warren de Bath, Lewis Maxwell Pauls. Gold medalist, the 15-year-old Scottish. So City of Glasgow's Nikolai Cisnet takes the gold medal and is Scottish national age group champion. 16-year-olds from Highland. The gold medalist and Scottish national age group champion is Edward Mills. So we're just going to ask the guys to come up to the... Just give them a moment to get themselves onto the podium as they've just come out. Bronze medal goes to East Lothian's Ross Anderton. Silver medal goes to Geary's James Bodie. And gold medalist and Scottish national age group champion, 7 to 18-year-old, is from Warren de Bath, Callum Sinclair.
Well done, everyone, and thank you, Wyn, for doing those presentations.
Okay, this is not right.
I don't think so. I've been trying to figure that out, but I couldn't interrupt you. The next race, 100 backstroke. Young girls, 12 and 13 years old. 111, 111.
So introducing your 11 to 13-year-old finalists in the 100-metre backstroke, female 100-metre backstroke. Lane 9, representing Aberdeen, Susanna Scott. Lane 8, representing City of Glasgow, Josephine Painton. Lane 7, representing Dumfries, Taya Laidlaw. Lane 6, representing Kingston Royals, Emmeline Eales. Lane 5, representing South Lanarkshire, Emily Taylor. Guildford Cities, Maddie Markell goes in lane 4. Representing Cumbernauld in lane 3, Megan Ferris. South Lanarkshire's Neve Shields goes in lane 2. Finn's Millie Whittock goes in lane 1. And in lane 0, representing Dumfries, Robin Maxwell. Your 11 to 13-year-old 100-metre female backstroke finalists.
Yeah, looks like a good race. The middle of the pool there, Maddie Markle just swam the 200 breaststroke, and now she's in the 100 back. So she's definitely a very versatile swimmer. Next to her, Megan Ferris from Cumbernauld. She was also in the 200 breaststroke final. So there's some very talented multi-event swimmers. 2 12-year-olds in this race. Millie Whittock from Finns in lane 1. Emmeline Eales from Kingston Roy in lane 6. So lane 6 is going into the final 4th. Is very good for 12 years old. So 2 lengths of the pool, or 100 backstroke. Let's see who's got the tempo. 100 backstroke is all about the tempo. So in lane 3, that's a very good start. Megan Ferris from Cumbernauld. She was in the 200 breaststroke final and is taking it out. And not too far behind her in lane 2 is Neve Shields from South Lanarkshire. So they're outside on this side of the pool. Lane 3, lane 2 are taking it out first. We'll see what they are at the turn. So Megan Ferris is first at 34. Neve Shields in lane 2, not far behind. Third place, 35.6. Maddie Markle in the middle of the pool won the breaststroke and is now determined to win the backstroke. But I don't know if Megan Ferris is going to give it up very easily. 25 meters to go, and Megan Ferris has still got the tempo. Maddie is coming back. She's definitely got the finish. But swimming through the sun on your back on backstroke, that can be a bit tough. Let's see if
Megan Ferris can respond.
Yeah, I think
this is tight, Gary. This is
going to
really...
come down to a little bit off of there. Megan Ferris just a little bit off on her touch. But I think Maddie was, about a head length ahead. She won by a head, like they say in the horse races. That was very good, Maddie. Well done from Guilford. And second place, Megan Ferris. Outstanding swim from Cumbernauld was winning most of that race, so she really went for it. And 109 is probably a good PB for her, Megan. She was 112 this morning and dropped down to 109. It's an awesome swim.
So introducing your finalists for the 14-year-old female 100-meter backstroke. In lane 9, representing Stirling Swimming, Annie Hutchin. In lane 8, representing University of Aberdeen Performance, Abby Crabe. In lane 7, representing Morpeth, Abby Coventry. Representing Guildford City, and in lane 6, Poppy McCready. In lane 5, representing Renfrew Bass, Isla Russo. In lane 4, representing University of Aberdeen Performance, Sophia McMahon. Lane 3 sees Stirling Swimming's Cara Broadley. Lane 2, representing Bales Hill Sharks, Rebecca Malling. Lane 1, representing Warrender Baths, Katie Aitchison. And in lane 0, representing Bales Hill Sharks, Amy Rimmer.
Well, these girls all had
finalists.
They all had a plan. They're all going to act silly going out, but that's good. I like to see that. They're happy, they're excited, they're having fun. And they're going to race to see who's going to be the fastest in Scotland in the 14-year-olds 100 backstroke. So lane 4 is Sophie McMahon, University of Aberdeen. Lane 5, Isla Rousseau from Renfrew Bass, first and second after the heats. And then there's 4 girls. 4 girls. All went 110 in third place position, with 4 girls all sitting on 110. So this will be really tight for us getting on a podium. Middle 2 lanes have got a bit of an advantage, but after that, third place is up for grabs. But you never know. That last heat really showed you.
Did indeed,
You just need to have a lane. All you need is a lane, and away you go. Good start in lane 1. That's an amazing start. Lane 1, that's Katie Atkinson from Warrender Bass. Very good underwater, but the middle of the pool with fast tempo. Lane 4, that's Sophia McMahon. If you look at these girls, you see pretty much the fastest swimmers, the fastest tempo. So training tempo is a really important part of training for this event. It's pretty tight though. It does have a V look to it, but Sophie McMahon, the fastest seed, and going out the fastest with a 32.9. That's a very quick swim. Isla Rousseau, second on the 50. Isla's second place swimmer, and then it's close. That's looking very close. That's all the way across the field from lane 1 to lane 8. That's anybody's who wants to get on the podium the most here. So if they keep on going, they'll be on a podium. They got to really push. In lane 3, that's Cara Broadley from Stirling. She's coming through. Now it looks like it's lane 7. Lane 6, Poppy McCready, 108. Isla Rousseau, 109. And then 4th, Cara Broadley. 5th, Abby Coventry. And 6th, also with 110. Very close swim, 108, 108, 109, 109, 109, 110, 110, 110. That's a very close race.
Very
but Sophie
close,
McMahon from the University of Aberdeen Performance. That's an outstanding swim. Is that the university team? Yeah, University Performance team.
Yep.
Don't want to get things mixed up. Otherwise, I'll be getting emails.
Emails, oh no.
Gary, get it right.
Introducing the 15-year-olds female 100-meter backstroke finalists in lane 9, representing South Lanarkshire, Orlith Jeffrey. Representing City of Glasgow in lane 8, Alice Harper. Lane 7, representing Carnegie, Ara Gill. Lane 6, representing South Lanarkshire, Abby Henderson. Lane 5, representing Heart of Midlothian, Lily Mundell. Lane 4, representing Aberdeen Dolphins, Heather Clubb. Lane 3, representing Aberdeen, Kalila Smith. Lane 2, representing Carnegie, Freya Keeling. And in lane 1, representing South Ayrshire, Gracie Haddo. In lane 0, representing South Lanarkshire, Casey Dixon. Your 15-year-old female 100-meter backstroke finalists.
This is there's some teams well represented. South Lanarkshire has got 3 girls in this final. For little Jeffrey in lane 9, Abby Henderson in lane 6, and Casey Dixon in lane 0. So the 3 from the same team, and then 2 from Carnegie, Freya Keeling in lane 2, and Ara Gill in lane 7. So some girls training together, getting fast on backstroke. Some good coaching happening on those teams on backstroke. We'll see who means business. Heather Clubb in lane 4 was a 107 this morning. After Heather, there's a 108, there's a 109, there's a 110, 110, 110. So similar to the last race, actually. Middle of the pool is a little faster. Oh, that lane 3 is looking good tonight. That's in lane 3, that's Kayla Smith. Apologies if I butchered your name, Kayla. But I got the Smith part right from Aberdeen in lane 3, very good. But that's lane 4. She's coming through. Heather Clubb, Aberdeen Dolphins, very good. First 50, taking it out fast. She's 32.0 on their first 50. Lily Mundell not far behind at 32.4. In lane 5, the middle of the pool, those girls are definitely after the halfway mark. They definitely went a plan of second half fast. In lane 1, she's looking good. That's Grace Haddo from South Ayrshire. She's making a stab at getting on the podium here, and she's very close. In lane 2, that's Freya Keeling and Grace Haddo outside the lanes on the podium for these outside lanes. Oh, that's close. Oh, less than, there's a 8/100ths of a second there. Freya Keeling got herself on the podium. Freya Keeling from Carnegie just out touching Grace Haddo in lane 1 for a spot on the podium. But first place, Lily Mundell. Outstanding performance for Lily. She just caught Heather at the end there. So 106, 107. Very good swims for those girls in 15 years old category. Well done.
Medal presentation for the 11 to 13 age group 100-meter backstroke female swimmers and our 14-year-old 100-meter backstroke swimmers. And the medal presentation will be made by Laura Bowie, Aberdeen Dolphins head coach. So 11 to 13 age group bronze medalist Katie. Emily Taylor representing South Lanarkshire, and in the 14-year-old age group representing Renfrew Bath's Isla Russo.
Yeah, those girls congratulating each other. That's nice to see.
Silver medalist in the 11 to 13 year age group representing Cumbernauld, Megan Ferris. And in the Guildford City, Poppy McCready takes silver in the 14-year-old age group.
Those girls congratulating each other. Some great sportsmanship in swimming. It's one of the reasons swimming is so popular.
11 to 13-year-old gold medalist and Scottish National Age Group champion representing Guildford City, Maddie Markell. And in the 14-year-old age group representing University of Aberdeen Performance, gold medalist and Scottish National Age Group champion, Sophia McMahon.
And looks like if you don't have a pair of Crocs, you aren't going to win a medal. So
oh yes,
you should get yourself some Crocs and you can get on the podium.
Now,
I wish I invented Crocs.
Would they be light pink or would they be beige?
Oh, no, anything
they all
light.
seem to be
white or pink.
Very light. Those.
Well, they're always a little bit different somehow. Some are furry on the inside.
And you can get lots of little things that you stick on, Christmas decorations and Halloween ones.
No, they definitely got the marketing right for that.
They have indeed. And moving on to your 16-year-old final, 100-meter backstroke females in lane 9, Aberdeen's Jasmine Jorritson, representing University of Aberdeen Performance in lane 8, Hannah Yow. In lane 7, Lisa McNair, Stirling Swimming. Lane 6, representing City of Glasgow, Abigail Crawford. Lane 5, representing East Lothian, Isla Wetton. Lane 4, representing Abigail Anony Inverclyde. Lane 3 representing University of Aberdeen Performance, Jessica Kirkwood. In lane 2 representing Warrender Baths, Caitlin Reid. Lane 1 representing South Lanarkshire, Chloe Semple. And representing West Hill in lane 0, Ailey Johansson, your 16-year-old female 100-metre backstroke finalists.
Well, this looks like an interesting race for second place because Abigail McKerney from Inverclyde has got more than 2 seconds, 2.5 seconds on the field after the morning swim, 106.1. And then second place, third place, fourth place, 108. So it's going to be a real tight battle. There's 4 girls there, all 108 or faster, 108.8 vying for a spot on the podium, and you never can discount the outside lanes. The outside lanes, the last race, that girl in lane 1 just about got on the podium. That was close. And lane 1 is 7th after the heats, so going from 7th to just about on the podium is an amazing finish.
Here we go.
These girls away. Very good underwater. Let's see who's the best. Is lane 3 again is Jessica Kirkwood, has got a great underwater. Jessica from University of Aberdeen. I'm telling you, those guys at University of Aberdeen know how to do dolphin kick training. But here comes from Warrender in lane 2. That's Caitlin Reid. She's going for it. Looks like she's out the fastest. Caitlin Reid in lane 2. Having a go.
Yep, there we go.
That's
Jessica
pretty close.
Kirkwood, but very tight there, as you say.
32.4, 32.5, 32.5. That's tight for the Jessica, Caitlin, and Abby, all within a 1/10 of a second. Lane 4, she's definitely coming back. Abigail McKerney looks like the second half of this race. But look at that. We've got 4 girls in silver medal spot, and lane 3 is coming back again after a brilliant start from Aberdeen Performance. Jessica Kirkwood from Aberdeen. Oh, but here comes lane 6. Lane 6 got something to say about it. It's going to come down to the touch. Whoa. 2/100ths of a second between third and fourth, and 9/100ths of a second from second to third. That was a very close finish. That came down to fingertips. And again, I was saying yesterday, you got to know how to touch the wall, and there's a good example. Abigail Crawford with a second place, less than 1/10 of a second behind was Isla. And then another less than a few hundredths behind in fourth place. She's going to be watching people get a medal. And hundredths of a second is almost nothing.
Is indeed. And now to your 7 to 18-year-old 100-metre backstroke female finalists. In lane set 9, representing Warrender Baths, Phoebe Arbuckle. Lane 8, representing Best, Kira Pemble. Lane 7, representing Highland, Alison Wood. Representing Cumbernauld in lane 6, Erin Ferris. Orkney's Eve Wood goes in lane 5. Perth City's Catherine Renfrew in lane 4. City of Glasgow's Heidi Wren in lane 3. Kiana Kirksey representing Warrender Baths in lane 2. Warrender Baths Rosie Forster goes in lane 1. And Warrender Baths Ashley Drake goes in lane 0. Oh, she's a little bit faster there than Erin. So that's your finalist for the 70-18 100-metre female backstroke.
Catherine Renfrew in lane 4 from Perth City Swim Club was the fastest this morning with the 105, but less than 1/10 of a second behind her. Evie Wood from Orkney, 105.8, so 1/10 of a second separating the middle 2 lanes.
Yet again, another final, I think, promises to be exciting. One should see the action from the middle lane, but as we've already mentioned, that doesn't always happen. Not sure I can see past Catherine Renfrew, however, but
yeah, maybe she was just going smooth this morning, but we'll see.
We'll see.
Orkney swimmer represented. Evie Wood. Nice to see Orkney again in the finals. Outstanding coaching going on up there. And in lane 4 from Perth, Catherine Renfrew, very good start. Not a huge lead. In lane 3, that's Heidi Wren. Really going fast tempo. Orkney swimmers holding their own. She's not going out too fast. Catherine Renfrew right up against the lane line. She probably doesn't want to be there, but she's kind of stuck there now. It's really tight at the 50-meter mark, almost to split the same, 31-2, 31-2. These girls only a tenth of a second separated them this morning. So they're going about the same tempo. They're coming back. They're really pulling away from the rest of the field. Orkney swimmer in lane 5 with the black cap. Perth swimmer in lane 4 with the red cap. It's going to be tight. They're right next to each other. They'll know exactly where they are. It looks like the Evie Wood from Orkney's got a little bit of a lead on Catherine Renfrew. It's coming down to the touch. Evie Wood looks like she's got that. Only 2/10 of a second, 104, 104. Very good swim, girls. Very good race. Nice to see that type of competition. But it was interesting because Catherine Renfrew went up one side of her lane and then did a turn and came down the other side of her lane. Sometimes that happens when you're swimming swimming so much that you kind of do it without thinking about it. But she's did a very good swim there, Evie Wood from Orkney. Even though there's no long course pool up there, still can win.
Good stuff.
Good
so
time.
we'll move to presentations again now, and we'll start with the 15 and 16-year-olds 100-meter backstroke female winners. The girls just being invited up to the presentation podium, just getting themselves organised. And then as the girls in the 17 and 18-year-old final come out of the water, they'll be asked to organise themselves and get themselves up onto the podium. Again, it is Laura Bowie, Aberdeen Dolphins coach, presenting medals here. And bronze medal in the 15-year-old representing Carnegie, Freya Keeling. The 16-year-olds representing East Lothian, Isla Wheaton. So silver medalists. 15-year-old category representing Aberdeen Dolphins, Heather Clubb. And the 16-year-olds representing City of Glasgow, Abigail Crawford.
Great swims from these girls.
Gold medal and Scottish National Age Group champion is Heart of Midlothian's Lily Mundell. And the 16-year-old representing Inverclyde, gold medalist and Scottish National Age Group champion Abby McInerney takes gold medal.
I can empathize with you. I kind of butcher some of the names too.
I will put my hand up and say I did ask the head coach to give it to me phonetically, give me her surname phonetically this morning, but I think I've lost the sheet where I wrote it down. So the bronze medal in your 17 to 18-year-old, City of Glasgow's Heidi Wren.
Heidi Wren's the Scottish champion. Is that right? Yeah.
And the...
Or is this the senior? Oh, this is the senior. From Orkney.
Silver medal, Perth City's Catherine Renfrew, and gold medal and Scottish National Age Group champion goes to Eve Wood of Orkney.
Eve Wood did an outstanding swim. Smooth going out, and then really went forward on the second 50. Got chased just at the last, right on the touch, 2/10 of a second between first and second, but held her mettle and won that gold. All right, the 50 breaststroke. This is a splash and dash on breaststroke. These boys look serious. They're not fooling around. They're going to test the starting equipment because the 50-meter event starts at the far end of the pool. So these boys will line up in a second. I just tested the starting equipment and tested the false start noise.
So presenting your finalists in the male and open 15-year-old 50-meter breaststroke in lane 9, Jane Farnham, Isle of Man. Representing University of Aberdeen Performance, Alex Cantley goes in lane 8. Kintyre's Angus Woods in lane 7. University of Aberdeen Performance, lane 6, Michael Gavin. Lane 5, representing Inverclyde, Lewis Bray. In lane 4, representing Stranraer, Stephens Nathiux. In lane 3, representing Warren de Bath, Riri Vick. In lane 2, representing University of Aberdeen Performance, Cameron Jolly. And lane 1, representing Ren 96, Ryan Krabby. And in lane 0, representing Bathgate, Luke Thompson. Your 15-year-old 50-meter male and open breaststroke final.
Well, the middle of the pool here, Steffens from Stranraer, he was with 31 this morning. And then there's 4 boys, Cameron, Rory, Lewis, and Michael, all 32s, and the rest 33. So this is a very close race. You know, from the middle pool, 1.5 seconds separates them. 2 seconds separates them. So that's pretty close. But the class of the field this morning was Steffens Neskik from Stranraer, 31.5. We'll see if anybody has to say something about that. All right, off the blocks, dolphin kick, double arm pull, and a breaststroke kick, and up in lane 3. That's Rory Vick from Warrender taking the lead after 25 meters, but here comes your young man, Steffens from Stranraer in the orange cap. He's coming back. It's being challenged in lane 3. Rory Vick from Warrender, but it looks like Steffens from Stranraer touching first, big touch. Second place, Rory Vick from Warrender coming through the silver medal, and that's a good swim. I think that those boys, 31, both of them 31, 31-1. Steffens from Stranraer, very good swim from this compared to this morning's swim. That's a big drop in time.
And now to the 16-year-old finalists. 50-meter breaststroke. Lane 9 from Glenrothes, Miller Cunningham. Lane 8 representing Orkney, Alfie Price. Lane 7 representing University of Aberdeen Performance, Roman Wood. Lane 6 representing Stirling Swimming, Fraser van der Meulen. In lane 5 representing Warrender Bath, Dylan Mitchell. Lane 4 representing Stirling Swimming, Lachlan Small. Lane 3 representing Aberdeen Dolphins, Natana Zarankov. Lane 2 representing Perth City, Fraser Dow. Lane 1 representing Preston, Logan Warburton. And in lane 0 representing Stranraer, George Simrisky. Your 16-year-old 50-meter breaststroke male and open final.
Well, we got 3 swimmers going into this final that have went 30 point this morning. So 30.3, 30.5, 30.6. Lanes 4, 5, and 6. That's Lachlan Small, Dylan Mitchell, and Atnas Incroft from Aberdeen Dolphins. So Stirling swimmer, Warrender swim, Aberdeen swimmer. And then 3 swimmers that went 31 this morning. Fraser van der Meulen, lane 6. Roman Wood, lane 7. And Fraser Dow, lane 2. So that's a very tight race. 3 swimmers with 30 points at 16 years old. That's good swimming. There's some very good breaststrokers in Scotland right now. Lachlan Small, the fastest this morning. Lachlan was second place in the 200 breaststroke last night. There they go. Let's see what their underwater is like. So the Warrender swimmer, Dylan Mitchell, coming up fast. Lachlan Small with a fast tempo. Outside there in lane 9, Alfie Price in lane 8. But it looks like it's still Lachlan Small in the middle of the pool. Lachlan's got a nice long stroke with fast tempo. Aberdeen Dolphins swimmer in lane 3 coming up. Incroft from Aberdeen, the Dolphins, and it's on the touch. Looks like Lachlan Small winning the 50 breaststroke. 29, dipping under 30 for the first time. Lachlan's very happy with that. Good swim, Lachlan. 29.8. It's always nice to see a 29 when you've been sitting on 30 for a while. First, second, third, great swims. Lachlan Small from Stirling. Agnes Incroft from Aberdeen Dolphins, 30.4. Dylan Mitchell from Warrender, 30.5. Very good swimming.
And introducing your finalists for the 7 to 18-year-old age group for the 50-meter breaststroke male and open. In lane 9, representing Hartley Midlothian, Jaden Chan. Representing Dumfries, Rory Webster in lane 8. Lane 7, Perth City's Johnny Martin. Lane 6, representing Stirling Swimming, Logan van der Meulen. Lane 5, representing City of Glasgow, Finlay Sang. Lane 4, representing Warrender Baths, Connor Mitchell. In lane 3, representing City of Glasgow, Rogers Cringelis. Lane 2, representing Perth City, Ewan Weir. Lane 1, representing South Lanarkshire, Craig Shaw. And in lane 0, representing Milngavin Bearsden, Callum MacArthur. Your male and open 17 to 18-year-old 50-metre breaststroke finalists.
Well, this race is very close. The fastest two going into this final, 29 high, and then 7 swimmers all with 30 point. So this is a very close race. Connor Mitchell from Warrender and Finlay Tang from Glasgow, the middle 2 lanes. They were 29.8 and 29.8 this morning, so hundredths of a second. And then the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 swimmers, all with 30 point this morning. So third place is definitely open for any of those swimmers in this final. This is going to be tight. We'll come down to the last 5 meters. We'll see who knows how to touch the wall. All right, they're off the middle of the pool. Middle 2 swimmers, Connor Mitchell and Finlay Tang. But that looks dead even. There's not a lot between these guys. Yeah, it's lane 4, Connor Mitchell with a slight lead, I would say. Other Glasgow swimmer in lane 3, Royas Stringless. He's not far behind. It's going to come down to the touch for these 3 swimmers. They've got a lead. We're going to see who's going to touch the wall. Oh, it's close. Connor Mitchell, 2/100ths of a second ahead as Royas Stringless, second place, 29.51, and also within 7/100ths of a second, Finlay Tang, third place. Fourth place, Logan Vandermeulen, outstanding swimmer all around, under 29, under 30, going 29.9 for the first time, very good. Logan Vandermeulen, a very good water polo player as well as a competitive swimmer. And all those 3 took a big drop from this morning. Great swimming. It came down to the touch. If you didn't time the touch right, you're definitely losing a spot. So Royas looked like he was just a little bit far away from the wall to nail it. You got to stretch out and touch the wall as you stretch out. If you stretch out and you're not quite on the wall, that costs you hundredths, and hundredths of a second is very, very small amount, as you can imagine. You know, if you take a stopwatch and you try pressing the start-stop button as fast as you can, you're not going to get under 1/10 of a second. And so hundredths of a second is all 10 units within 1/10. So you take 1 second and split it into 100 units. That's 100. And the touchpads actually go to 1,000ths of a second. And so if they tie, they both get the same time to the 100th of a second. One of the swimmers their name will come up first, and one will come up second, and that's so the computer doesn't blow up. that's because the electronic timing takes it to 1,000ths, but the powers that be recognize the fact that there is a degree of error within the touchpads themselves, and so timing something to 1,000ths of a second was considered unfair. So whether you won by 1,000ths or not, if you tied to the 100th, it's a tie. So there's been examples of people tying for the Olympics. And there's 2 gold medals presented. It doesn't happen very often, but it has happened. And I remember 100 front crawl girls, 1984 Olympics. They swam together, they trained together, did everything together, and then they reached for the wall together and they touched the wall, and they were looking, who won? And they had tied. So there was tears and hugs, and that was amazing.
So we're moving on to medal presentation for the 50-metre breaststroke. The bronze medal in 15-year-old goes to Inverclyde's Lewis Bray. 16-year-olds the bronze medal goes to Warrender Bath's Dylan Mitchell. And the 7 to 18, beg your pardon, the silver medalist in the 15-year-old age group, Warrender Bath's Rory Vick. In the 16-year-old age groups, Aberdeen Dolphins, Atanas Irinkov. Gold medal and Scottish national age group champion, 15-year-old in 15 age group, Stepans Nastyuks. And in the 16-year-old age group, from Stirling Swimming, gold medalist and Scottish National Age Group champion, Lachlan Small.
A good swim for all those boys. They forgot to bring their Crocs, though. I'm a bit disappointed.
Yeah, none of them have Crocs on there, Gary, do they?
Fantastic swimming there for those young guys. 50 breaststroke's not an Olympic event, but it's a very interesting event that they race at the World Championships and Commonwealth Games.
So 7 to 18-year-old age group and your bronze medalist, so representing City of Glasgow, Finlay Sang. Silver medalist, 7 to 18-year-old age groups, representing City of Glasgow, Rogers Quingelis. And the gold medalist and Scottish National Age Group champion from Warrender Baths, Connor Mitchell.
This was a close race. It came down 100th of a second, and Connor Mitchell was the best at touching the wall, got his fingertips on the wall. The touchpad, behind the plastic touchpad, behind that is a metal plate, and the metal plate touches another metal plate. And so if there's 1 millimeter of water versus a half a millimeter of water, and you have to press the two bits together, the water doesn't compress very easily. So it's recognized that to 100th of a second is as accurate as you can get. But if you're going to win a race, you need to touch the touchpads hard.
Excellent. Yes, you do indeed. So we're moving now on to the 15 to 18 400-meter IM. And introducing your finalists for the 15-year-old age group, lane 9, representing Step Rock, Maya Stahl. Representing Warrender Baths, Rosie Stutchfield goes in lane 8. In lane 7, University of Aberdeen's Lauren Cantley. Lane 6, City of Glasgow's Amy Rowell. Lane 5, representing Dumfries, Amber Hinton. Lane 4, City of Glasgow's Alice Harper. Lane 3, City of Glasgow's Kayla Smith. Lane 2, Warrender Baths, Rebecca Reed. Lane 1, representing Carnegie, Ara Gill. And lane 0, representing Aberdeen, Kalila Smith. Your 15-year-old female 400-meter IM final.
2 swimmers from Warrender in this, 3 swimmers from City of Glasgow. Those are 2 clubs that really focus on 400 IMs and distance events, and they really get great results from their athletes in those races. So it's really nice to see such talent coming through from a distance event. You can really morph into any event later on in your life, so this really sets you up. At the middle lane, Alice Harper, she used 5:15 this morning. It's a very good swim, 5 minutes being outstanding. So she's the class of the field. This morning she went out in 1:12 on her fly. So we'll see if she was cruising this morning or whether this morning was a good swim. Her best time was 5:09, and she was 5:15 this morning, so she was a little bit off of her best time. It's possible that best time was a converted time. It's hard to say, because you can enter a short course meters time and then change it to a long course time with a 2% conversion. But in lane 2 from Warrender, one of the 2 Warrender swimmers, that's Rebecca Reed, taking it out, 32 for the first 50 of a 400 IM. That's pretty ambitious. 32 is quite fast way to take it out. But, if you're a fly swimmer,
that's the way to do it,
just happens to be the first 100 meters of 400 IM. So you got to take advantage of your best strokes. And so she's continuing to go pretty fast on the first 100. Rebecca Reed from Warrender taking it out. It's just starting to slow down a little bit. Alice Harper this morning was out 1:12, and she was out, pretty solid swim. Amber Hinton, Rebecca Reed. Alice Harper from Glasgow, her 1:21 backstroke split is a very good backstroke split. So we'll see what the other girls have got for their backstroke. The Warrender swimmer in lane 2, she was definitely a fly swimmer and now struggling a little bit on the backstroke compared to the other girls, although she's still in bronze medal position. And Alice Harper looking smooth and strong on the first 50 of the 2 lengths of backstroke. Split.
Amber Hinton, the Dumfries swimmer, right in behind her though, Gary, isn't she?
Yeah, not far behind. So Amber Hinton isn't letting her go. It would be an interesting race between these two if they can hold on to each other. Alice has almost got a body length, so she's really starting to stretch it out. But that's, you know, she had 6-second lead off of heat, so you know Alice has got a big lead going into this final and showing it in the backstroke. Nice smooth backstroke, not moving her head position at all. We'll see what kind of backstroke flip she does. A side turn, and then Amber Hinton doing the back flip. There's actually about 6 different ways to do a back to breaststroke split turn. So there's a lot for the officials to ponder over when you're doing the back to breaststroke turn.
Judges.
But I should say that Amber Hinton really, from Dumfries, really isn't letting Alice Harper go. You know, she's got a good breaststroke. She's got a nice smooth stroke. She's not giving her anything. So we'll have a look at the splits on this at the 250 meter mark. 2 lengths of breaststroke and then 2 lengths of front crawl still to go. So at 250, Alice was split 44.6 and Amber 46. So Alice is going a little faster on the breaststroke. So Alice is increasing her lead as really the class of the field. But it's good to see Amber. I think that she is swimming quite fast.
And Amber's a pretty good freestyler as well, so she can just keep in touch, but maybe there isn't much that she can do about Alice Harper.
Well, she can use her speed. You know, she can. She knows that she's quite a bit ahead of her, but if she can stay anywhere close to her, she knows that she's been getting a good time. And I think that's what she's doing here. She's really using Alice to help her to go fast. And Alice this morning was 4:04 at the 300, and Amber's on 4:04. So they're both going well under what they went this morning. I would say that Amber is almost 6 seconds faster than what she was this morning, and she has got great front crawl. Maybe Amber Hinton's got a chance here. She might be able to hunt her down. Alice Harper better watch out. She's breathing to the right side to see her, so it's going to come down to the last 50. If she's at her hip, she's got a chance. She looks hungry. I think that Amber might be able to pull her back. She's got the legs for it. Here comes her legs. She's really coming on. I think she's going to get her. I think
looks
Alice,
like it.
Alice is not.
She's got the advantage now, Gary, there.
Here comes Amber. What amazing swim from this Dumfries swimmer. Not intimidated from the heat swim at all. She was 6 seconds behind, but she saved it for the final. Look at those legs. She's got something left. She'd be able to even go in faster. She's coming through 5:09. Time didn't come up, but and 1:10 for. Oh, yeah. Well, that's not right. Amber Hinton won that. Right. She went 5:09 something, maybe even 5:08. Those middle touch pads aren't working right, but that happened yesterday too. That's too bad. That's because it's an important part of the race. And Amy Rowell in lane 6, moving into 3rd place from 4th place after the heats. Laura McCanty from 7th to 4th. That's a big improvement. And Era Hell from, actually, Era this morning was 5:36. And
that's not right, is it?
What have they done? Kalila Smith from North. In the North, she got.
Here we go, Gary.
DQ.
There we go, Amber Hinton.
5:08.8. Yeah, I thought she was about 5:09. That was a great swim. And Alice Harper, 5:10. She was Alice Harper was just a little bit over her PB. PP is 5:09. So you know that's nothing to to be embarrassed about. That's an awesome swim. But I think that Amber did a fantastic job on using her to as a motivation. So I'm going to get her. And she did. So she came back on her on the breaststroke, and away she went on the front crawl.
So our 16-year-old 400-meter female IM finalists in lane 9, Leonie Bedborough, Heart of Midlothian. Lane 8, Lucy Hall, East Lothian. Aberdeen's Lexi Lamont goes in lane 7. Arnold Swim Team, Lily Rose Carr in lane 6. University of Aberdeen Performance, Emmy Aitken in lane 5. South Lanarkshire's Evie Mackey in lane 4. City of Glasgow's Abigail Crawford goes in lane 3. South Lanarkshire's Lucy Hunter goes in lane 2. Sterling Swimming's Lisa McNair goes in lane 1. And in lane 0, representing City of Glasgow, Ella Cunningham, your 16-year-old female 400-metre IM finalists.
And Evie Mackey this morning was
was
the star of the show, 5:03.
Just got some 10 seconds on
she got 10
the rest of the
lead.
field here, hasn't she?
But then the second, third, and fourth are very close together from the morning swims. So Emmy Aitken of University of Aberdeen Performance, 5:13. Abigail Crawford, City of Glasgow, 5:14. Lily Rose Carr from Arnold in Nottingham, 5:15. So 5:13, 5:14, 5:15. And, Lucy Hunter, South Lanarkshire, 5:18, not too far away either. But Evie Mackey with 10 seconds on the field. The odds against her would be pretty bad.
I don't think I'd be betting against her, to
and
be
that
honest.
fly,
But,
she's
never
almost
know.
got a body length after the first 25 meters, so she's looking good. Her fly is nice and smooth. She's got that really flexible shoulder girdle, able to bend down and lift your hips up, and that makes your wave. She does that beautifully. And in lane 5, Emmy Aitken, it's looking nice and smooth as well. 30 points for Evie Mackey going out in the 400 IM. That's giving a statement. 30 points is pretty fast. You imagine a 200 fly split, that would get her close to 210, and that's world class. So I'm looking forward to seeing her in the 200 fly in the future. In the rest of later on in the week. Evie Mackey this morning 108 going out, and 106 for the first 100, so it's 2 seconds faster. Her PB is 5:01, and definitely on course for that. Emily Aitken 36 for that second 50, and Lily Rose Carr 36 for that 50. So those girls both on 109 taking it out, very close together. So first place is kind of wrapped up, but you never know. It looked wrapped up in the last heat with Alice Harper, but Amber Hinton came back and won that race. So you can 400 IM, you have to have a good strategy, or you can, if you go out too fast, you pay the price. Maybe not quite the same as that 200 fly. Everybody went out in 28 and ended up with a 236. But
we are looking at a sort of different field to what we were looking at previously, because Amber just didn't let Alice Harper get too far away from her, did she? But Evie Mackey is 3 or 4 body lengths ahead now, and so it is different.
This morning she was 119 on her backstroke, and she split to 227, and it looks like she's well under that. She's going to be low 20, 220. What's that, 223?
223 there for her.
That's a really good halfway mark, 228, 229. Lily Rose Carr moves up into second place after the end of the backstroke. Both those girls look like they got very good breaststrokes. But the class of the field, Evie Mackey, also has a good breaststroke, so it's going to be difficult to catch her. These two girls, Emily Aitken and Lily Rose Carr, battling it out for a silver medal. And they're going to be 150 meters to go. The breaststroke's the slowest of all 4 strokes, so the breaststroke leg lasts the longest. So breaststroke is statistically the most important leg. It lasts the longest. So a good breaststroke is important in a 400 IM. And Evie Mackey's got that figured out. She's got 15 meters on the field now, almost, 10 meters on the field. So she's definitely pulling away. 5:01 PB. She came back in 1:08. So if she's at, she's around 350, she'll be on pace to go faster than what she went this morning. But she'll be somewhere around 350. And if she comes back, she's second and a bit underneath that. And still in lane 6, that's Lily Rose Carr from Nottingham and Arnold Swim Club. And Emily Aitken in lane 5 from Aberdeen Performance. We'll see what the front crawl gives us. Evie Mackey is a strong front crawl as well. It's going to be her by herself finishing this race. It's tough to finish a race, but 400 IM is a little bit like that. Sometimes you get swimmers that just have 4 outstanding strokes, and that's
we're watching one here, aren't we, this evening with South Lanarkshire's Evie Mackey.
It doesn't seem to have a weak link, and the way she goes,
certainly awarded the most promising junior cup trophy last year at West Districts. South Lanarkshire's Evie Mackey.
Yeah, Evie Mackey. It's going to be close to 5 minutes here, maybe under 5 minutes. She's got to get the wall. She's sprinting to the wall. Good touch. There you go, 4:57. Evie Mackey's best time was 5:01 at a PB. She'll be happy to be under 5 minutes. And on the wall, Lily Rose Carr and Emily Aitken. She did that thing. Yeah. Lily Rose Carr won by thousands. And Emmy Aitken 5:07.10. The same time. Those girls will both get silver medals.
Fantastic to see after a 400 IM.
That's doesn't get any closer than that. They touched the wall at the same time.
No.
And even though that was the touchpad, that didn't.
There we go. A lovely shot of our winner, Evie Mackey, looking very happy with that swim.
4:57 is a very good swim. There's not a lot of swimmers in Britain that can top that, but there's one that is in the next heat, or in the next final that will, and that's Susie McNair.
Yes, and we move to introduce the finalists for the 17 to 18 400 metre IM female finalists. In lane 9, representing Warren de Bath, Rosie Forster. Lane 8, representing University of Aberdeen Performance, Tia Aitken. Morpeth's Izzy Munnock goes in lane 7. City of Glasgow's Alice Cumming in lane 6. South Lanarkshire's Coco Croxford in lane 5. Stirling Swimming's Susie McNair in lane 4. Midlothian's Charlotte Thompson in lane 3. Warren de Bath's Phoebe Arbuckle in lane 1. Representing City of Glasgow, Paris Mooney, and Laguerre's Ellen Denny swims in lane 0. Your 17 to 18 old female 400 IM finalists.
Well, in lane 4, Susie McNair. Susie McNair last year at the Olympic trials, she was, was that last year? Time flies, yeah. And she was 4th in Britain in the 400 IM. So she's really knocking on the door to represent Britain at international races. She's class of the field here, 5 minutes this morning. I would imagine that was a cruise. I think she's down on the 440s is her PB. PB 449. But not too. Coco Croxford did a very good swim this morning, 5:07. Her best time's 5:06. So, maybe there's more there. But I would say that Susie McNair, 5 minutes this morning, might have been an easy swim, even though that's a very fast time. So Susie McNair's one of these swimmers that doesn't have a weak stroke. She's got fast back, fast breast, fast free, and as you can see, fast fly. Cookie Croxford, Coco Croxford. She's a 200 fly specialist, and winning at European Juniors a silver medal in 200 flies. So, Susie McNair is as strong in fly as one of the best in Europe. So that just shows you that the middle of the field here, how strong they are. On a fly split this morning, Susie was 104 and Coco was 104. Sorry about that, Coco. I won't call you Cookie anymore. Susie looking smooth and strong. High head position, but very good flexibility. Reaching for the wall, 104 again. I don't think she was 105. It was 104. And that touchpad didn't work right. And Susie
Seems
was
to be a bit of a problem with that touchpad,
Coco's
doesn't
105. If you just kind of hit it with your fingertips and then push off with the flat of your hand, it picks up the flat of your hand and not when you actually touch the wall. But Susie's backstroke is fantastic. That's her strongest event. She'll show up in all the backstroke races, although she tends to pick the tougher events. A good 400 IM swimmer will most likely have a good 200 on every event. They'll have a good 200 fly, a good 200 back, good 200 breast, good 200 free, and often 400 IMers will come to events like this where this isn't the end of their season, this is mid-season, and they'll do all those races and really challenge themselves. Like Coco Croxford's not letting Susie go. Coco's still at Susie's feet. But those two girls are quite ahead of the field. In lane 3 is Charlotte Thompson from Midlothian. She was 5:12 this morning, but she's not even showing up on the screen yet at the end of the backstroke.
Just coming into the screen, I think,
2:17, Susie, 2:20 for Coco. Those are good splits. Third place is actually out there in lane 9, I should say. No, lane 9. That's
Rosie
Forster from Warrender is really mixing it up here. Unless it is possible to be quite far ahead after fly back, and if you got a weak breaststroke, then it sort of balances out.
Yeah, I think they're coming back at her now, aren't they? Lane 6.
Yeah, lane.
Alice Cumming, City of Glasgow swimmer there. She's moved ahead. And lane 3, Charlotte Thompson's back in the picture, albeit not this particular picture of our two leaders.
Oh, there, Coco's going a little bit faster. Susie was 44.6, Coco was 44.3. So Coco is closing in on her a little bit, but only 0.3 of a second. That's not a significant amount, but she's not letting her go anyway. So we'll see when it comes down to the front crawl leg, who's got something left. It kind of looks like Susie's starting to stretch it out here, and Coco's tempo has dropped off a little bit. But Alice Cummings is coming on very well. We can see her there at the top of the screen. She's coming on with a very good breaststroke split. We'll see what they go on this second 50. Susie's split 43, so she negative split that 100. And Coco 46, so she positive split that 100. So Susie was definitely trying to negative split her hundreds.
Definitely a battle going on there for bronze position between City of Glasgow's Alice Cumming and Midlothian's Charlotte Thompson.
And Charlotte Thompson is coming on strong.
Maybe Alice Cumming has just come out of that turn a little bit better, Gary.
Yeah.
Just has the advantage for third place there. But
it's pretty close, though. Those two are going to have to watch each other on this last length. But Susie McNair, 4:20. You know, she comes home under 40 seconds. She's going to be under 5 minutes, so she's going to be well under 5 minutes. She goes 40 again. She'll go up 4:54 and maybe a little bit faster, which is not too far off her PB. You know, that's very good. Since she would be focusing on the British Championships as you know, the big race of her season. Maybe even a European Championships if the cards fall in her favor. But coming into the wall, 4:54. Touchpad didn't work again. She was 4:54 for sure. And Coco, 5 minutes, just about under the 5 minute mark.
And it's Charlotte Thompson, the Midlothian swimmer, that takes third place there.
Charlotte Thompson.
But yeah, that's not right what we're seeing on the screen at the moment. But no, there you go. We've got Susie's time, but 4:54. But
yeah, and then Coco.
We'll just wait for that to.
Coco 5 minutes.
Very happy Susie there.
Third place was Alice Cumming, and fourth place, as long as all the touchpad stuff worked correctly, Charlotte Thompson.
And we move on to.
I'm confused.
Yeah, it's Charlotte Thompson took third place there, Gary, going lane 3. Ahead of Alice Cumming, City of Glasgow. So we're moving into presentations by Derek McGowan, the current SASA president. So 15-year-olds, 400 IM in bronze place. Bronze medal winner in City of Glasgow's Amy Rowell. 16-year-olds.
Oh, the other girl for the bronze isn't there. She might have a race coming up.
No, it's
next.
joint silver.
Ah,
isn't
that's
it
it.
for
That's
that
right.
one?
Oh,
Yes,
yeah, sorry.
There isn't. So,
oh, yeah, they tied for silver. Yeah, so they tied to the 100th of a second, so that they both get a silver medal.
Alice Harper, City of Glasgow, takes silver medal for the 15-year-olds, and is joint silver in the 16-year-olds. Lily Rose Carr from Arnold and Emmy Aiken, University of Aberdeen Performance. And then our gold medalists, a 15-year-old from Dumfries, Amber Hinton.
Good swim, Amber. Very, very good.
And for 16-year-olds, champion from South Lanarkshire, Scottish National Age Group champion and gold medal winner, Evie Mackey.
Evie Mackey, great swimmer, all 4 strokes. A really good future ahead of her in that event. Probably in 200 IM as well. And can most likely be challenging in every one of the 200s. 200 breast, 200 back, 200 fly, 200 free.
So 17 to 18 age group medalists, and bronze medal goes to Charlotte Thompson of Midlothian.
Yeah, good last.
Silver
100.
medal goes to Coco Croxford from South Lanarkshire.
Yeah,
and gold medalist and Scottish National Age Group champion, Scottish from Stirling Swimming, Susie McNair.
Susie McNair, outstanding swim.
Well done to.
PB was a 4:49, and getting close to that is that's a. I believe 4:49 was 4th in Britain, so that's
excellent.
That's
a
very good swim.
Lovely swim to watch there, and with that calibre of ability, that's fantastic. So we're moving on now to the Malin Open 15-year-old 400-metre freestyle final, and I'll introduce our finalists. In lane 9, representing Highland, Nebi Senkula. Lane 8, representing South Ayrshire, Sam Curry. Lane 7, representing University of Aberdeen Performance, Logan Wright. Lane 6, representing City of Glasgow, Andrew Patterson. Lane 5, representing Glenrothes, Alex Holmes. Lane 4, representing University of Aberdeen Performance, Aidan Anderson. Lane 3, representing Inverclyde, Blake Herdman. Lane 2, representing Geary, Austin McPherson. Lane 1, representing University of Aberdeen Performance, Ethan Clark. And Lane 0, representing Kintyre, Angus Woods. Your 15-year-old Malin Open 400-metre freestyle final.
Well, the 15-year-olds are lining up here. The 11 to 13 and the 14-year-olds aren't included in the final, but so we move straight to the 15-year-olds, and so the 15-year-old 400 free is in lane 4 with a 4:16. He's got almost 8 seconds on the field. So Aidan Anderson, very, very strong. He was, I think he won the 200 fly already, or at least the 200 fly. And so 200 fly, 400 free combination for Aidan and the University of Aberdeen Performance. That's a tough double, and in the middle of the pool both times. Outstanding swimmer. Alex Holmes in lane 5. This morning went 4:24, and then 4:25 Blake Herdman in lane 3. So 4:16 for Aidan was a personal best. His personal best before this morning was 4:19. He went 4:16 this morning. So he's really moving on in his swimming. Let's see what he goes in the first 100 meters. He was 1:02 in the heats this morning, and then 2:07 at the 200 meter mark. That's a 1:02. He's probably 27, 28 in the first 50. Let's see where he's at. Lane 4, Aidan Anderson, 29. Maybe a little bit slower than this morning. I don't know. We'll see. He's 1:02 at the 100. So long course pool, the turns don't make such a big percentage of the race as you do in short course. So 400 free is about the swimming. So these guys have to pace it well. And Aidan will be the guy that they're pacing off of. So Aidan threw at 1:02 this morning, 1:01, and Blake Herdman, 101, Austin McPherson, 101, and Alex Holmes, 101. So they're all going off of Aiden. Aiden is leading the race here, but everybody else is on his hip. So they're trying to follow in. We're gonna see if they can keep his pace.
They are indeed.
207 at the halfway mark, but what you go this morning? He was 207. He was 105 on his second 100.
Right.
So he went a little bit easier on his second 100 this morning because his third 100 he was 104. So he was taking his second 100 smooth, but looks like he's kind of picking up his pace there with lane 3 there. Blake Herdman is trying to stay with them, so Blake is staying on his hip, and that's a fantastic strategy. You don't really have to think, you just start to stick with them. So that's what he's doing. He's really pushing on. This is only the halfway mark, so Blake's got to keep his powder dry for the second half of this race, or he's gonna pay for it. But you know, he's going for it, and respective to that, Anderson's turns are solid. He's coming off the wall about at least a meter further than everybody else. 206 tonight, 207 this morning. So he's picking up his third 100. That's what it showed in his strategy this morning. He went 105 for the second 100, 104 for the third 100, and then 103 for the last 100. So really well structured 400 free swimmer.
And Blake Herdman just, I think, struggling just to stick with him now, isn't he?
Yeah, that was you know, he really tried to use him to take him to the 200, but now he's kind of out on his own in second place there, and the two third place boys are having a look at him. And it's all about the last 100. So if you're at somebody's hip, you can beat them with 100 meters to go. But Aiden is the class of the field. Aiden dropped, he was 312 this morning, 311 this afternoon. So we'll see what he's got in the left in the tank. He came back in 103 this morning with his PB. That he did this morning, his PB went 416. So he's on a roll. He's done his PB already today, and he's way out in front. Now Blake is really starting to have to fight hard, because in lane 2, Austin McPherson is challenging Blake. Austin McPherson from Gary. You might have saw that Blake is starting to drop off a bit, and he's using him as a target. So 50 meters to go. Aiden splitting 32, well ahead of the field, sprinting the last 25 meters, and now it comes down to the silver medal spot from Geary with the yellow cap. Austin McPherson is challenging Blake Herdman in the white cap. Blake was even with the Aiden at the halfway mark from Inverclyde, and now he's struggling a bit, but I think he's got it. Blake is just holding on. He's going to come to the touch. He's got it. There, they both touch the wall at the same time. And Blake Herdman, he has got it. He held on. I bet you that was a painful race for him, but he's a tough guy. 32-0 on his last 50, and Austin McPherson still closing with 31-8. So very good swim for Austin McPherson, really coming back strong, 222, and then not too far behind him. And 224, 226, 226. Both those swimmers, 422. They were
425,
24 and 25 this morning. Yeah. So PBs, or at least a drop in time.
Yeah, 16-year-old finalist in the 400 meters male and open freestyle. In lane 9, Fraser Dow representing Perth City. South Lanarkshire's Carl Connolly goes in lane 8. Connor Aspinall, East Lothian in lane 7. Derwentside and Gateshead, Conan Swinney in lane 6. University of Aberdeen Performance, Cameron Haddow in lane 5. Lane 4, Perth City's Finlay Bruce. Lane 3, representing Warren de Baths, Lewis Maxwell Pauls. Lane 2, representing Dulwich, is Alex Clark. And lane 1, representing Warren de Baths, Aaron Drake. Lane 0, representing Warren de Baths, Dylan Mitchell. You're finalists in the 16 male and open 400 meter freestyle.
Well, these 16-year-old boys, the middle lanes there, Finlay Bruce from Perth City, Cameron Haddow from University of Aberdeen Performance, 4:17 and 4:19 this morning, so pretty close together. And then 4:21, Lewis Maxwell Powells from Warrender. 3 Warrender swimmers in this final. And then in lane 6, Conan Sweeney from Derwent and Gate, 4:22 as well. So this is a close race. Alex Clark from Dulwich near London, 4:22. Connor Aspinall, 4:23 this morning. Kyle Connolly, 4:24. Aaron Jake, Warrender, 4:23. This is a very close race, but middle of the pool, Finley and Cameron, only 2 seconds between these two boys after the morning swim. It's hard to say what sort of swim, whether it was a cruise or not, but now it's no holds barred. Away we go. Finley this morning, 102, 106, 106, and then out back in 101. So he's got some finish to him.
There we go.
Finley
Boys
Bruce
are off.
in lane 4 with a loping stroke, a galloping stroke, some of the swimmers call it. It's a very, very recognized way of swimming front crawl, where you breathe to one side. Some of the fastest swimmers in the world have swum that way. Michael Gross, Matt Biondi, just to name 2. It favors one side, but it kind of feels good. And we got way out there in lane 7, Connor Aspinall taking it out. He was 2:23 this morning, and Connor is taking it out. We'll see if this is a crazy kind of thing, or he wants to be the 100-meter gold medalist out of this 400-meter race. But we'll see. He's challenging. He's looking good. He doesn't look like he's sprinting, so I think he's okay. Connor Aspinall, 30 point in his second 50, taking it out, 57. Finley Bruce, 58. Cameron Haddo, 59.
Connor
Aspinall, the middle 2 swimmers, those 2 are close, but Connor Aspinall, if those guys don't wake up, he's going to steal it from them. He's more than a body length ahead. And we'll see, have a look at his split. Let's see if he's getting gained on at all. So he's 31.5, Connor. And those Cameron and Finley are 32. So Connor's building his lead, actually. It's a good swim for Connor.
Very comfortable out there in front as well, isn't he?
Yeah, that's a good swim. He was probably maybe just taking it easy this morning. A very solid swim.
I think that's what we were saying as the boys went into the heats this morning. They knew exactly what they had to do to get themselves into the final, and so in some instances would be taking it just to the level to get that finals place. And now we're seeing East Lothian's Connor Aspinall looking very comfortable out in front, lane 5. Cameron Haddo in second, Finley Bruce in third.
Yeah, I was just checking what Connor's entry time is, 2:12. So he really cruised this morning, and now he's taken off. And those other swimmers probably would know that. You know, there wouldn't be a surprise to them. So maybe they just sort of letting him go. But that's 250-meter mark. Now it's all business now. 150 meters to go. So Connor's got a lead on them, but Finley Bruce from Perth and Cameron Haddo in lane 5 there. Cameron from Aberdeen Performance cutting down the lead. Well, let's have a look at the split of Connor here. Connor's 3 through 3:06 with a 32.9, and Finley 32.8. So Finley is closing the gap, but not by much. About the same speed, but Finley did come back in 101 this morning, so you know he's got a lot of speed at the end of his 400, and he is doing that galloping stroke, but now he's going on the left-hand side, so that's unusual. A lot of times swimmers who do that sort of galloping style, breathing on one side.
This looks very exciting. Finley's really catching up on Connor now then, isn't he? Look,
yeah,
that's
Connor
just
looks like he's tiring
just over
a bit.
1 second of a difference.
Here comes Finley. Finley sees him. He's starting to chase. Connor doesn't look like he's got much to say. And I think that Finley's going to take this. Connor's really starting to slip water. His legs are going, but his arms aren't holding water. Finley's past him now, and Connor's looking the other way. So Finley's got the skills to look in both directions. And Finley's definitely hunted him down at the end and come down to the touch. Finley Bruce with 30 point on the end of that. 4:12, very good swim. Connor, a great swim, 4:12, equaling his PB. And Cameron Haddo left behind a little bit there. 4:19 this morning, 4:15 tonight. That's still a solid drop in time. 4 seconds is very awesome. If Finley Bruce being patient and holding off until the last 100 meters and really hunting them down. And
very well timed.
Very
good.
By
30, Finley Bruce.
30 point on his last 50 was Finley Bruce. So I would imagine he was again 101-ish on his last 100. Connor paying the price for going out too fast.
Introducing the finalists for your 17 to 18 age group, 400 meter male and open freestyle in lane 9 representing Highland, Tom Armitage. Lane 8 representing Warren de Bath, Mano Drysdale. Geary's Oscar Churnside goes in lane 7. Warren de Bath, Callum Sinclair in lane 6. Toby Bullock from Midlothian in lane 5. Perth City's Kenzie McLean in lane 4. Geary's James Bodie goes in lane 3. Lane 2, we see Lewis Gibson of South Ayrshire. City of Glasgow's Jack Doherty-Simpson in lane 1. And Aberdeen's Aidan Bruce goes in lane 0. Your 17 to 18-year-old male and open 400 meter freestyle final.
Well, this morning these boys were 4:11. Kenzie McLean from Perth. So that's Perth City going in lane 4 for the 16-year-olds, and then Perth City again going in lane 4 for the 17, 18-year-olds. It's a very good program in Perth, led by Ann Dixon. One of the very few coaches on deck today that can say they've had swimmers reaching an Olympic podium. So those swimmers have got a great coach behind them, pushing them very hard, and they're responding to it with top performances. Kenzie McLean 4:11, Toby Bullock from Midlothian in lane 5 4:15, James Boddy from Geary 4:16, and Callum Sinclair from Warrender 4:16. So that's pretty close. Let's see what these guys do. That was an interesting race. In the last 400, somebody taking it out. If you're going to take out a 400 front crawl, you got to come back. If somebody can get anywhere close to your feet, you're still a target. If they can see you, they can get you. But it looks like lane 3 is taking it out with a sprint. I don't know if that's the best plan. James Boddy is taking it out, but from Geary, let's see if that was a good plan. Lots of legs on the first 50. That kind of, it's not really often a good strategy, because if you kick too hard on the first 50 of a 400, you don't really gain a lot in terms of time. But at the end of the race, if you lose your legs, you lose your tempo. But all those three boys, basically all the same stroke and the same style of kick and the same tempo, all going through with the same style of 400 front crawl. They're going to go through exactly the same time at the 100. 58.09, 58.1, 58.2. So game on. Let's see what happens. So the first 100 meters, 58. That'll be somewhere around a 404, 405, which would be fantastic if the guys keep it up. If they go 102s.
James Bodie's entry time into the heats this morning was a 405 there, Gary.
James Bodie from Geary. He was just playing games this morning. But it's not like he's got a huge lead right now. So, but maybe he's just minding his time. Maybe that's only 150 of a 400. It really comes down to the last 100, and then who's got something left. You just can't let anybody get too far ahead. But Connor in the last race did get pretty far ahead, but he did come back to him a bit. So that happens too. And somebody speeding up and somebody slowing down. At the halfway mark, blue, green, and red caps, Toby, Kenzie, Jamie, all 2:01 within 13/100ths of a second. So they're watching each other. They're watching each other and seeing who's going to make the first move. They all got the same style of tempo, same style of distance per stroke, and the same kick. That's unusual. But here we go. The Geary swimmer, Mr. James Body, starting to put pressure on. Let's have a look at the splits. They're dead even again.
They are, aren't they?
Look
at that.
This is synchronized swimming. This is a different sport. Here they go. That's 250 meters. So 150 meters to go. That's game on. So who's going to sprint for the last 150 meters is unlikely, but sometimes somebody will go. Who's going to go for it first? Or are they all going to wait? 100 meters to go. These guys are going to come through 3:05-ish. And it's close. Lane 5's a little. Toby Bullock is a little bit behind, but he came up the wall well. 3:05, 3:05, 3:05. So all 32, 31.9. Now it's game on. James Bodie's starting to go. He's picked up his tempo and he's picked up his kick, and he's decided he's going with 75 meters to go. He's got enough energy to sprint 75. The other two boys are still going to hold off for a bit. We'll see what happens on the last 50 here. James Bodie from Geary has got half a second on him, not really much. But Geary swimmer James Bodie definitely got the legs. But here comes the other two. You're not going to let him go. Callum Sinclair, Toby Bullock. Oh no, not Callum, sorry. Kenzie and Toby and James. But it looks like James Bodie's got this. He's got the legs. He's got the distance per stroke. He's not slipping water. He's reaching for the wall. 4:06 right on his PB. 4:07 for Kenzie and Toby. Great swim. 29.7, 30.0, 30.3. Great last 50 for a 400 free. So if they were holding that pace the whole way, they'd be right down on 4 minutes. But that's very good swim. 4:06, 4:07, 4:07. That's a very good race. James Bodie, he was holding back a little bit this morning, and that might have helped them tonight. Left them with some energy, left them with some gamesmanship, but he played the cards right. He saved it for 75 to go. So went for it with 75 meters, and those guys couldn't come back on him. They started to come back, but they left it a little bit too long.
This morning he swam in the final heat, so he had a very clear picture of what he had to do to get himself into the final, and as he said, just did enough. And so we're moving on to the final presentations for the 400-meter freestyle, and your 15-year-old the bronze medalist is representing Geary, Austin McPherson. Presentations here being made by David Downey, past president and life member. In the 16-year-old University of Aberdeen performances, Cameron Haddow. And over to the silver medalists, and 15-year-old Inverclyde's Blake Herdman wins the silver medal. 16-year-old East Lothian's Connor Aspinall. Scottish National Age Group champion and gold medal winner in the 15-year-old age group, University of Aberdeen performances, Aidan Anderson. And gold medal and Scottish National Age Group champion, from Perth City, 16-year-old Finlay Bruce.
Great swims for these boys. Finlay Bruce from Perth City. That's Ann Dixon there in the blue shirt. Is the coach of Perth City, keeping her eye on her young proteges.
So as the medalists for the 17 to 18-year-old age group are now on the podium. Bronze medal goes to Toby Bullock, Midlothian. Silver medal goes to Kenzie McLean of Perth City. And gold medalist and Scottish National Age Group champion from Geary, James Bodie. Thank you to David Downey for the presentations there. That concludes this session here on this Sunday evening. We're back tomorrow morning for yet more of the same. Huge thank you to you, Gary, for joining me this evening.
You're welcome.
Really some fantastic insights into the swimming. I've learned something as well, so really do appreciate your time this evening.
Well,
And
thank you.
I'm sure you'd be welcome back at any time. Maybe get you over into the West Districts where you're from anyway. Joining Robert and I up on the commentary.
Happy to help. Yep.
So, yeah, big thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem.
And thank you to everybody joining us on live stream this evening. It's goodbye from myself, Jackie Smith, and Gary van der Meulen, and we'll see you back here tomorrow morning.
Yes,
good night.
Nice to meet everybody on the internet. Hear some parents that are watching from the Middle East, from the Hamilton, is that right?
Yeah, Hamilton Aquatics
Hamilton
in Dubai.
Aquatics have
Yes,
some parents cheering on from afar, and that does happen from time to time, but it's my pleasure to help out. I'm not only a coach, but a parent and a volunteer, so wearing a lot of hats.
Indeed,
and
yes.
Quite happy to do it. Swimming has been in my family since I was 4 years old, so you know. That's way back in the 19th century. No, my parents weren't. My parents weren't swimmers. My parents were both. My mom came from a farming family. She was all about the horses and you know, being out in the countryside with no swimming pool. And then my dad, he grew up in Holland, and he was really into speed skating.
Okay. Right. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah.
That ends our commentary for the evening. And as I said a moment ago, good night. Thank you very much for joining us.
Goodbye.